King. A delicious meal packed with energy, protein, and power.
Like life, injury and sport go hand in hand. When injury has you sidelined, there's one name above the rest. That's Johnson Physical Therapy.
Captains to the field, and so when we come back, we'll take a quick 60-second break. When we come back, we will have you ready for kickoff and ready to go. Back in 1 minute. This is Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
At GBT, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community, and we're proud to cheer on Ruston High Athletics.
Whether it's on the field, court, or track,
here tonight at Bill Ruppel Stadium. A beautiful sunset to the west of here this evening. It started off as a very warm one when we got here this afternoon, but it has since cooled down. Again, Nick, I'm so excited to be here tonight. We'll take our first Southern States equipment call to the sidelines down to Toby Nations. Toby, you hate to overuse the cliche, but it really feels like it's an electric atmosphere here tonight.
Yeah, you can tell the kids have a lot of energy, and the great thing when we come to play Neville is that every one of these games counts. I mean, You've heard it all week, this 100th meeting. You know, the Bearcats have been 4-1 against Neville in the playoffs. The only time losing was 1984 in the Superdome.
Appreciate that, Toby. You go through, and you meant it. You know, it's more than just a game. For Jared Ball, you got to tell him, hey, it's the next game on the schedule.
Right.
He's talking about because when he first started coaching, you lose this one, feels like the entire season is down the drain. But big one, Joaquin Ramos is going to kick off, and really like that about Neville. They didn't just show Neville Tiger highlights on the board. They had the Ruston Bearcat victories as well. The 100th meeting is about to be underway as Joaquin Ramos ready to kick it off. And here, voice of the Bearcats, Kyle Roberts.
And Ramos puts a foot into it, and it will go over the head to the 25-yard line. Neville will field it, and returning that is Dylan Bryce, and he is wrapped up just past the 20-yard line. And that will be 1st and 10 for the Tigers to start their first opening drive of the night.
That tackle by number 35, Holt Hunt for the Bearcats. Holt, the sophomore. Good tackle. Now, Kyle, this is one thing really. Parker Robinson knows to come out here, going to try and pick this secondary apart. We'll see how it goes and what Neville comes out. And if Rakeem the Potts and Keegan Goldsmith can put pressure on Parker Robinson.
Our first quarter is brought to you by Jim Taylor Ford. Shotgun formation for the Tigers. Neville wearing black uniforms with white numerals trimmed with gold. Ruston in the very clean white jerseys with the red numbers trimmed in gray. Red helmet with the white Ruston R. It is a handoff up the middle and a little bit of space, but not much. Good gang tackling by the Bearcats. That will bring the rusher down after a gain of maybe 2.
Yeah, good job by Goldsmith. I believe he is in on the tackle. Well, it's interesting that also in on that tackle, Kyle, is Aiden Adams, linebacker, forced to play quarterback. He played quarterback at the junior high. Not sure where he is on the depth chart tonight, but last Monday night he was the quarterback for the junior varsity team.
Jamarian Robertson, the running back, and he will take a play fake, and Robinson rolls to his right, dumps it off, and it is batted away. That's an excellent play by the linebacker for the Bearcats, Caden Gray.
Gray got in. He's been banged up. He and his brother both been banged out. Good to see him back in the lineup for the Bearcats. And just this great crowd force it now. Third down, Kyle. 3rd and 8 for the Neville Tigers.
That was an attempted sort of a jailbreak screen to the tailback, and that was an excellent play by Caden Gray. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the near side. Robinson looking towards the sideline for the play call. 3rd down and 8 here in the first quarter. Our scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. High snap, and it is a handoff, and Robertson nowhere to go. It'll be wrapped up at the 26, and it'll be a punt formation coming up for the Neville Tigers.
Surprised you, Neville trying to sneak that one in. Not going to run for 8 yards against this defensive line. Good job by Keegan Goldsmith and all of the Bearcat defenders on that one.
Let's go down to Toby Nations, as always, brought to you by Southern States Equipment.
Yeah, good to see the Ruston defense playing really fast there and just playing with a lot of energy so far.
Punt coming up, and it is a low punt. And DeMoss is going to have to let it roll past him. This will go to the 25. This will be down at about the 20-yard line. So this is going to be a punt of almost 55 yards by the Neville Tigers. And so that was a terrific special teams way to flip the field by Rex Parker.
And that's one. It's interesting. I'm going to go through this. You say you're going to make excuses. No, this is a difficult place to field a punt because not all the lights are at the same height. You have the one right on top of the press box, a lot higher. The other ones are lower. You look up, your eyes adjust. And I would rather us have the ball on the 20 than turn that one over so now the offense can get to work.
Shotgun set for the Bearcats. Very tight formation, and there's the snap. And they're going to call a false start. That actually is going to go in favor of Ruston because that was a miscue between the center and the quarterback. And so luckily for Ruston, that's going to be a false start.
Yeah, that was not going to be a direct spot to number 5, Dalen Powell, although it turned out that way. Bearcats got to be quicker getting on the ball on that one.
So 1st down and 15 now. That is the first penalty of the night. Penalties are what plagued the Bearcats last season. That was the first time Ruston had lost in over 20 games last year when Neville came to the Hoss and ended that winning streak on another magical night, which we've had plenty of those between these two teams over the years. Hartwell is going to fire it way downfield on a wheel route and knocked away. Great pass breakup by Dylan Bryce. That was attempted for Dalen Powell. It will fall incomplete. 2nd down and 15.
Interesting formation by the Bearcats on that one. A lot of movement, a lot of eye candy to get Powell with that one-on-one wheel route. Unfortunately, falls to the turf, incomplete.
Again, our first quarter is brought to you by Jim Taylor Ford. 10:30 to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. Nick's going to tell you a little bit more about Jim Taylor Ford on the next dead ball. Bearcats defense did hold Neville to a 3-and-out on its first offensive set. Shotgun formation. Screen toss over the head of Josiah Morgan. That was a very rare bad throw by Sam Hartwell. Brings up 3rd and long.
No, but you do have an artificial noisemaker that is being played from the Neville end zone every time the Bearcats go to snap the ball. So this first quarter is brought to you by Jim Taylor. They're proud to support the Bearcats. Check out their inventory on the I-20 North Service Road in Ruston or online at jimtaylorford.com.
3rd down and 15 for Ruston. The ball is back at the 14-yard line. Powell lines up wide on the near side. Empty backfield. Hartwell under pressure, throws it underneath, caught by Morgan, and he will be tackled inbounds after a gain of 5. And now the Bearcats will have to punt, going 3-and-out on their first offensive possession of the night.
I'm going to tell you, and I'm not going to go down and say, but that artificial noisemaker, I'm going to see if Toby can determine where that's coming from, actually is illegal to use no artificial noisemakers. We'll go down to the sideline after this punt.
Joaquin Ramos is going to punt this one away from about the 7-yard line. Gets a good foot into it, but it takes a Neville hop, and so it will be downed in Bearcat territory at the Ruston 44-yard line. We'll go down to Toby Nations.
Yeah, you can hear it. I guess you'd call them kind of bazoos or something. But, yeah, it's loud down here, and they kind of blend in with the Neville band.
What we call him last week, Vuvuzelas?
Yeah, this sounds more like the train horn that Longview had a few years ago. But we shall see now the defense. Neville with their second possession of the contest.
9:46 to go in the Jim Taylor Ford first quarter. Shotgun set for the Tigers. 3-receiver look. Robinson with Robertson right next to him, and it will be a handoff to Robertson. He'll go up the far side and tackle just shy of the 40. That'll be about a 3-yard pickup.
Always good special teams over at Neville. Kyle, this year, no exception. I look for around a 37 to 40-yard field goal in the range.
2nd down and 7 to go. Ball is at the Ruston 40-yard line. Shotgun formation. Stacked receivers near side. You hear those cowbells coming from the Ruston Bearcat visitor stands. Bearcat showing blitz, goes over the top. Beautiful throw and catch, and still on his feet inside the 20 and down inside the 15. Zealand Young, 6'4" senior receiver, catches a play fake. Robinson with a beautiful throw, and then hurry-up offense for the Tigers. Shotgun formation, 1 receiver far side. Robinson hands it off to Robertson. He'll break outside, and the Bearcats will wrap him up at about the 11.
Yeah, the hurry-up offense play, that tackle made by number 1, Trendon Moore, bringing down Robertson.
So 2nd down and 7. Ball is at the Ruston 11-yard line. Shotgun formation. Robinson looking back towards the sideline for the play call. This drive began for Neville at Ruston's 44-yard line. Both teams had held for respective 3 and outs. Robinson, back corner fade up, and it is no good, incomplete. They'll say he was out of bounds when he caught it, and this will bring up a 3rd down situation. And Nick, he went right back to Zealand Young, the 6'4" wide receiver out there just looking for a
Had
for
a jump
flag
ball,
route.
yeah, just a jump ball on the flag route, and good job of defensive coverage by the Bearcats.
3rd and 7, shotgun formation. Ball at the Ruston 11-yard line. 20 seconds on the play clock, plenty of time for Robinson to get this snap off. Robertson motions out of the backfield. Robinson back to throw. Pass knocked away.
Nearly intercepted. Knocked down number 90 for the Bearcats. Rakeem Potts almost picked it off. That was going to be to Robertson all the way. Robinson stared him down all the way, never looked at anyone else. And now, reliable kicker for the Neville Tigers coming in.
So 8:14 to go in the first quarter. And Neville's about to attempt a field goal that looks to be about 27 yards. And this will be Brooks Yerger, close to the far hash. Kick is up and plenty of distance, and it is good. Neville strikes first. 8:10 left to go here in the Jim Taylor Ford first quarter from the Robert Temple State Farm scoreboard. Neville 3, Ruston 0. Back in 30 seconds. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
At GBT, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community, and we're proud to cheer on Ruston High Athletics.
Whether it's on the field, court, or track, we're excited to stand by our athletes and celebrate their hard work and dedication. With GBT, you're always banking on a winning team. Go Bearcats!
Argent Financial Group, with over 30 years of providing wealth and asset management services to residents of Lincoln Parish, proudly support youth athletics and the Ruston Bearcats.
To a field goal, and it looked like with Neville starting on Ruston's 44-yard line, it looked like they might be able to put together a touchdown drive there, but Ruston held on 3rd down and 7. This kick will be into the end zone, fielded for a touchback. Ruston gets it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. There was Questionable touchback, no call last week in this parish as Ash and West Monroe got into an all-time classic over at Rebel Stadium. The Rebels won that one, but a lot of Ash fans were really upset. They thought that their returner had both feet in the end zone, should have been a touchback. Instead, Nick, he comes out, fumbles the ball, end up in a West Monroe field goal towards the end of the ball game. But here, Neville 3, Ruston nothing. This is Game 2 of District 2 5A play for both of these teams.
Good job by the Bearcat defense to hold Neville to a field goal. Now time for the offense to generate some points for the Bearcats.
Cats come in the I formation for the first time tonight. Hartwell goes under center, Lander Smith the fullback, and a quick toss to Powell. Powell trying to find space, gets past the 20, and he'll be tackled at about the 23-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the play, brings up 2nd and 7.
So Jackson Washam in and out. Mentioned that playing for the Bearcats, starting for the Bearcats tonight. Good to see Kashawn Malcolm out blocking for the running back. And that's really what we are right now. Power running back, power this down the field. Let your offense, let the big uglies do the work up front and push these guys back.
Cats go back in the shotgun. 3-receiver set. Lander Smith in at H-back. Snap and, the defensive line for Neville just swallows Powell up for a loss of 4 on the play. 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 for the Bearcats. It's almost like they were back there before the ball was snapped. They weren't. No flag on the play. I'm going to tell you, not beating a dead horse. I know Toby said it sounded like something from the band. It is an automatic horn, and it is played about the time the Bearcats go to snap. So the artificial noisemaker that Longview had a few years ago every time they scored a touchdown, there it goes there. There's the horn, and it's disrupting snap of the Ruston Bearcats.
3rd and 11, 2 receivers stacked on each side. Hartwell from the gun, steps up in the pocket, he's going to be sacked. No, the ball comes out, and the Tigers recover on Ruston's 22-yard line.
That was one you thought about it. You look and see, does he hold on the ball too long there, Kyle? He has an opportunity to break down and run. That's one thing they'll show him on video when they watch that tomorrow morning. But now the Bearcat defense back against the wall again. Hopefully they can hold Neville to another field goal and not go down by 10 here.
Let's take a Southern States equipment call down to the sideline to Toby Nations. Toby, what did you see there? The pocket just collapsed on Hartwell.
Yeah, Sam stepped up in the pocket, held the ball just a little bit too long. And I've been trying to locate the horn down here, but I hadn't found it yet.
Disconnect it when you do.
Tigers in the gun, 1 receiver to each side. Parker Robinson hands it off. Robertson breaks free, and he'll get past the defensive line for a pickup of 2 on the play. Maybe 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Today's booth sponsor is Wood Marine at 600 East Georgia in Ruston. Go see Jody Wood to get a new boat or to keep your boat serviced. 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Neville leads 3-0. Shotgun set, Robinson. He'll hand it off to Robertson and gets past the 15. Drives forward to looks like to be close to the 12-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
Majority of this first quarter, Kyle, the Bearcat defense has been on the field quite a bit.
3rd down and very short. Ball is in between the 13 and 12-yard hash mark. Neville comes in the gun, a new running back in, Jarvis Blackston. Robinson takes the snap, hands it off. Blackston bounces outside, breaks a tackle at the 10, gets inside the 5-yard line. It will be 1st and goal.
Yeah, it would have been a touchdown, Kyle. Good job for Trendon Moore stepping up to keep him out of the end zone.
So 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Tigers staying in the gun, 1 receiver to each side. Another handoff to Blackston. And Blackston gets hit at the 3, tries to shake a would-be tackler, can't do it. Jaden Anding leading the tackle there.
Hopefully Bearcats can strip the football, maybe get a turnover here as Neville knocking on the door to score.
2nd and goal at the 3 now. Two receivers far side. Robinson. Little quick fake snap. Now he'll take it. Hands it off Blackston. And he's going to be pushed from behind. He falls in, and
give the touchdown.
That is a Neville touchdown. 4:46 to go in the first quarter. Neville up 9-0 as we await the point after. Ruston fans a little shell-shocked right now here with 4:46 to go in the first quarter as Neville has a chance to go up 10-0.
Absolutely. The offense has really generated nothing, not very much in the turnover. So
another swinging gate formation. We saw this a lot last week against Ouachita here for the point after. Brooks Yerger, who already has a 27-yard field goal, it was good, and now his point after is no good. It goes wide to the left. So Neville does have a 9-0 lead. We will keep it here in the Wood Marine broadcast booth after that missed point after attempt, and that's probably, I would say, Nick, here after about 7.5 minutes of the first quarter, that's the one bright spot that we've seen so far for the Bearcats.
Well, that is huge because it's going to see later on in this game, because the Bearcat offense is not going to be stagnant the entire night. We're going to generate some points here hopefully on this next drive, but when will head coach Mike Collins of the Neville Tigers start chasing points? So love for the Bearcats to go 14-9, 10-9, but let's take it one step at a time, get a good return here, pick up some first downs, let your defense rest, and put some points on the board.
So Powell back to return. Yerger does the kicking and the field goals, and that appears to be Rex Parker who will be doing the kickoff for the Tigers. And he'll put this at about the 1-yard line, and Powell will return it. Dalen Powell at the 10, now the 15. Follows a block. Tackled at the 23-yard line. And Ruston has 1st and 10 to see if they can put together a drive here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Powell trying to bounce that to the outside, Kyle. 1 to 2 men. Good job by Neville covering that, trying to break to the outside. And they prevented him from doing it. Kyle, really been concerned tonight so far with the snap. Not sure if it's silent snap count that were going on, but a lot of confusion in the offense. Really have to work that out. We'll watch on this offensive series how things play out. Hopefully a little smoother than the other times.
4:41 to go in the first quarter. Neville up 9-0. Scoreboard courtesy of Robert Temple State Farm. Bearcats in the gun. 2 receivers near side. Keyshawn Malcolm and Alex Hunt. Far side, Josiah Morgan. Ahmad Hudson lines up at tight end. Hartwell. And there's a flag thrown. Hartwell rolls to the far side.
You know, and if that is going to be holding, I'm going to tell you, if you're going to get a flag for holding, you have to do a better job than that because Hartwell had no time to pass that one. So we're anxious to see, but was in the vicinity of holding, but I'm not a prophet. We'll see what they call.
Yep, so that is holding on the Bearcats, and this is going to turn, looks like where the flag was thrown, this is going to get the Bearcats all the way backed up to their own 10-yard line. So it will be 1st down and 23. Actually, a little bit further than that. It might be closer to 1st down. Now close to 1st and 20. Ball's backed up to the 13-yard line. Handoff up the middle to the fullback. That's Lander Smith trying to drive his legs to the 15. He'll fall forward at the 16-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the play.
Just to keep Neville honest, see if you can run something in the middle, maybe break it, get a few plays, few yards out of it. Tough sledding for Lander, Kyle. 4:15 here in the first quarter, been all Neville so far.
2nd down and long coming up for the Bearcats. You look at the way this rivalry has gone for the last you played every season since 1931, I believe, and obviously that's pre-World War II. And so the only year that the rivalry was in threat is we have a long launch to Malcolm, and he can't hold on to it. That is incomplete. Good coverage by Max Carter. Nick, the COVID season, 2020, was the only year that there was a chance that Neville and Ruston weren't going to be able to get on the football field, but
COVID was the Grambling State year. Jack Whitaker saw his mom and dad here tonight, sisters in the radio class. The catch over at Eddie Robinson Stadium.
4th and goal from the 26-yard line. That is right. So we've seen a lot of special stuff. And I can't remember who had to drop, but a team had to drop because of COVID. We were able to pick Neville back up, and hopefully there will be no end in sight for this rivalry. 3rd down and long, empty backfield for Hartwell. And he'll just take it on a quarterback keeper past the 20 to the 21-yard line.
I like the play call. You got to create some space. The offense has not been able to do it tonight. You got to give your punter, Joaquin Ramos, a little room to operate. Kyle, the last punt from Ramos got up high, was going to be one difficult to field. Well, it took a Neville Tiger bounce and lost about 10 yards. So really need to get one end over end and try and flip this field.
About 3 minutes left to go here in the Jim Taylor Ford first quarter. Neville 9, Ruston nothing. Another high punt from Ramos. And Robertson is going to let this hop, and it's going to take another Neville Tiger bounce. But one Bearcat hit it at the 41.
And he marked it. Good job by that official. Yeah, 15 for the Bearcats. Got their hand on it. I'm going to give Davis DeMoss credit for that one, Kyle. And official for doing a good job of spotting it right where DeMoss touched it.
So first down and 10 for Neville. Ball is on their own 40. Well, no, they're going to say it was landed at the 44.
Never mind. Shame on all the compliments I gave the one official. He was overruled because he marked it the 41.
So shotgun formation for the Tigers. And now the officials are going to have a quick conversation. It did look like.
Wait a minute, but they're not including. Yeah, he's telling them. He said, wait a minute, he touched it the 41. Yeah, good job. Way to stand your ground like that guy. He said, you know what? I had it at the 41, guys. He touched it. Good job. First break we've called tonight, Kyle.
First down and 10, Neville at their own 41-yard line. Clock right at 3 minutes to go here in the Jim Taylor Ford first quarter. Neville 9, Ruston nothing. You know, the last time either of these teams won by multiple scores was Jared Ball's debut as the head coach for the Ruston Bearcats. Ruston won 41-7. And now that was if that was Jared's first season, that would have been the 20
a long time ago, 2017.
That's right. 2017 team.
2016, what, ninth year, huh? 2016. They all run together.
Shotgun formation for the Tigers. Robinson trying a hard snap count again. Tight formation. He'll drop back to throw. And
intercepted! Intercepted!
Keelan Davis at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, a pick six for Ruston.
Take that! How about that? Just what the doctor ordered. You saw the pressure. Great pick six. You look at what happened. Keegan Goldsmith and Rakeem Potts apply pressure to the outside. Robinson lets it fly. Davis picks it up.
And a shot in the arm for the Ruston fans over here on the visitor side. And that is going to be returned for a touchdown. Keelan Davis read it perfectly. And the Bearcats get on the board. And now they have a chance to cut this to 2. Joaquin Ramos to attempt the point after. Kick is blocked. So a blocked point after. And the whistle does blow the play dead, so no return on the play. 2:51 left to go in the first quarter. Neville 9, Ruston 6. Back after this, you're listening to Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Calling Bearcat Nation. This is Bill Hogan at Century Next Bank. Here we love our Bearcats, and we know there's no team like our home team. Remember, when you bank with us, you bank with the locals. And that's a win for our community. Go Bearcats. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
We mastered the sip, and now we've perfected the bite. Get a Smoothie King.
On the pick six for the Ruston Bearcats. And so the Bearcats now have their first touchdown of the night. Unfortunately, the point after was blocked. And so our score here in the Jim Taylor Ford first quarter, Neville 9, Ruston 6. 2:51 left to go here in the first. And Ramos, little pooch kick, but another flag is thrown, and so this is going to be offsides, it appears to be, on the Bearcats. And by my back of the notepad math, Nick, I think that's the third penalty that we've had here in this first quarter for Ruston, and that's not a good start here tonight.
Now, very uncharacteristic of a Jared Ball coach team, Kyle. And, Kyle, you look at that. If you're just tuning in, you think this has been a battle of field goals. 5 field goals here. We've had 2 missed, well, 1 missed extra point and 1 blocked extra point. Now Ramos set to kick off again.
So Ramos gets backed up, and he'll have to kick off from the 35-yard line. Again, that was a pick six by Caden Gray for the Ruston Bearcats. Fair catch made at the 30-yard line by the Tigers, and that's where they will start this drive.
Have you noticed this the last couple of games we've played? Who's ever signaled for fair catch has then gone and tried to run a couple of steps afterwards. You think they're trying to sneak one in and break it?
You know, I always heard, I mean, like that's one of the cardinal sins of a fair catch. If you move after you've called that, then, I mean, that should be a penalty. Unsportsmanlike, if I'm not mistaken, unless the rules have changed, which they very well may have. 9-6 the score. Bearcats down by 3, 2:51 to go here in the first quarter of play. Shotgun formation for Parker Robinson. 3 receivers. He'll take the snap and he'll hand it off. Robertson almost breaks free. That was a terrific tackle from the Bearcats. Miles Brown brings the rusher down. And let me tell you, Nick, if Miles had not made that shoestring tackle, Robertson would still be running.
Absolutely. Good job by number 0, Miles Brown, for the Bearcats.
So 2nd down and 5. Shotgun formation, handoff. Robertson breaks free, has a little bit of space, tackled in the secondary, but that is a 1st down pickup on the play.
You know, Kyle, this Neville Tiger team is able to do something tonight that very few have, and that's gash this Bearcat squad defensive line right up the middle. Been impressed with the Neville offensive line and Robertson's ability to break through.
Bearcats' touchdown was a one-play Smoothie King drive. 41-yard pick 6 by Caden Gray. Now Robertson goes outside up the far sideline, and another penalty thrown, and this is likely going to be a face mask. So a flag down at the 44-yard line, and this is probably going to be some free yards for the Neville Tigers. Ruston High alum Robert Temple loves the Bearcats. Robert Temple State Farm is located at 935 North Trenton in Ruston. Good luck, Bearcats, from the Robert Temple State Farm team. Yep, horse collar on the defense, and another Bearcat penalty. You hear the boo birds coming in from the visitor section here at Bill Ruppel Stadium.
You know, we mentioned it, Kyle, about the defense need to get some rest. Offense, well, you get a pick 6, you're back out there again.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers. Robinson takes the snap, another handoff to Robertson, who tries to cut back inside. No room there. Just a gain of 1 on the play. Nick brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, good job trying to see who broke through. Looked like a false start on the right guard for the Neville Tigers, but no flag on the play, but a good job. I believe that was number 90 getting in for the Bearcats, which would be Rakeem Potts. So Potts on the tackle for the Bearcats.
Play fake. Robinson steps up in the pocket. Nice pump fake, but he does slide forward. Gets just a yard, and now it's going to be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Robinson did a good job of holding on to the football on that play because nearly knocked out of his hands by number 56 for the Bearcats, Ethan Russell.
Penalties have been a big issue so far for the Bearcats here in this first quarter. Ruston does trail by 3, 9-6. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers for Robinson on 3rd and long. And it is a handoff and a loss in the backfield. There's Rakeem Potts in to bring the runner down for a long loss on the play.
A great job, and he was assisted by number 1, defensive back Trendon Moore. I like bringing Moore in from that backside. No one saw him. Now if you're the Neville Tigers, you're really out of field goal range. You're just going to go for it here on 4th and 11.
Yeah, Brooks Yerger's got a leg, but, I mean, that's a tough ask to try to get something. That'd be, 56 yards?
Yeah, and I looked about really around 37 to 40 in pregame, Kyle, and also missing that last extra point.
Right. Well, I think Neville's going to be content to let the Jim Taylor Ford first quarter run out, and the Tigers lead 9-6. We'll be back with the Kim Dupree State Farm second quarter after this. 60-second timeout. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kolbitz, chaplain for the Bearcats, and I want to invite you to come join me at First Ruston. We have worship services and Bible studies on Sundays at 8:30, 9:45, and 11 with great practical biblical teachings. We also have men's, women's, and student Bible studies on Wednesdays at 6. So come on, students, and join us for a night of fellowship, worship, and fun. Church information can be found on fbcruston.org, and you can also watch your services there. Hey, football is awesome, and we believe church should be fun too. So come and join us at First.
Step into the winner's circle with a John Deere tractor from Goldman Equipment. Shop North and Central Louisiana's largest John Deere dealer. Goldman Equipment. We're not just in your field, we're in your backyard. Thank you for calling Goldman Equipment. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm Buddy Turner.
And long coming up, Nick Brown, for this Neville Tiger offense, and they do bring out the quarterback, Parker Robinson.
Yeah, keep an eye on. You know to keep an eye on. That's number 13, Zealand Young, a 6'4 target.
Robertson goes in motion. 4th and 11, empty backfield. Robinson tries to step up. Pump fake, and he's going to be hit. He breaks free, but not enough for the first. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, really, Kyle thought Bearcats, Ethan Russell and Keegan Goldsmith were going to drop him for a loss. Good job by Robinson to pick up some yards, but by the time he broke free and saw Zealand Young in the back of the end zone, he was past the line of scrimmage.
Well, here in the Kim Dupree State Farm second quarter, the Bearcat defense holds. And that was set up by that terrific tackle, Nick, on 3rd down and 7. You had Rakeem Potts, and I believe also coming back in for the Bearcats, Trendon Moore, able to bring the runner down for a loss of 3. That turned it away from being a Yerger long field goal to now having to try it on 4th down. And now the Bearcats have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. So I formation for the Bearcats. Powell, the tailback. He'll take the handoff, tries to go outside, just nowhere for Dalen Powell to go. A half-yard pickup on the play.
You know, nowhere for him to go, Kyle, but you look at that first quarter, we probably played some of our worst football in the year based on who the opponent is, and really look at the amount of times we were penalized, which is not something the Bearcats normally are. But you know what? We really haven't targeted big number 6 yet, and so I'm anxious to see that here in the second quarter.
And that big number 6 lines up at the far side. Ahmad Hudson, the top-rated tight end in the entire country, lines up wide out. And here's single coverage up, and no surprise, Hudson catches it. Gets past the 50, finally taken down at the Neville 44-yard line. Huge pickup on the play for Hudson.
Big 6 has been here, and you've been watching what Neville's been covering him with. They cheated on that one with 2. That time they went with just 1, and Sam Hartwell saw it.
I formation, and the ball.
Hartwell, sorry for interrupting. He get back on it.
Yeah, Hartwell did fall back on top of it at the 45-yard line. Just a minimal loss on the play, but we've already had 1 fumble, Toby Nations, and so good that Hartwell was able to stay on it there.
Yeah, I mean, Brooks Brown's our new center tonight. Brock's not in there, so, I mean, he just has to adjust a little bit. Big game, hadn't played there in a long time, but, I think he'll adjust and be okay.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers near side. 2nd down and 11. Hartwell with Powell to his left. And he's going to fire another one to Hudson downfield, up off the fingertips. That was as good of a coverage as you can ask for, considering there's at least a foot difference between Dylan Bryce and Ahmad Hudson. It's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I was going to give you his stats. He's 5'8", so good job of covering Ahmad Hudson.
So Hudson's long catch, a 31-yard gain, brings up 3rd and 11. I'm not sure if the Bearcats have converted a 3rd down yet here in this first half. They got a tall task ahead. Shotgun formation, trips near side. Hartwell from the gun. Dumps it off to Powell, and off Powell's helmet. And if the Tigers had been paying attention, they might have been able to get a pick 6 there. Now it's 4th down and 11.
A lot of pressure applied by Neville Tigers on that one, but are you in a punting situation here and try and pin them deep, or?
That appears to be the case. So the Bearcats are going to try to bring Ramos out to see if they can pin them, as they're going to punt it from the Neville 45-yard line. This drive was the first time Ruston had been on Neville's side of the 50-yard line. Here in this quarter, Ruston going from left to right on your radio dial. And Ramos punts it away, and it's going to hop at the 10. Beautiful punt, and it will go inside the 10, inside the 5, and down at the 3-yard line. Joaquin Ramos with a 38-yard punt pins Neville back into the shadows of its own goalpost for this upcoming drive. Let's take a Southern States equipment call to the sidelines down to Toby Nations.
Yeah, good job by the Neville return guy. I mean, he was waving fair catch, and our guys were watching him, and we almost let that ball get in the end zone.
9-6 the score. Neville leads by 3 here in the Kim Dupree State Farm second quarter. 10-12 to go in the half. Shotgun formation. Robinson switches Robertson to his left side. And it is a keeper. And let's see.
Oh.
He gets out just past the goal line. Looked like it was about to be a safety. Robinson does lose a yard on the play.
That was really a weird play call because he moved Robertson to his left.
Well, what was more dangerous, we've already had one horse collar. That was close to being another one. Thankfully, no flag was thrown. But now Neville gets backed up even further. 2nd and 11. Now a handoff to Robertson. He does get to the 1, maybe the 2. And it'll be 3rd down and long.
What was a Bearcat offensive woes during the first quarter, Kyle. Now tides have turned just a little bit now with this Bearcat defense.
9:25 to go in the half. Neville leads 9-6. Our scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. Shotgun formation, 3-receiver set. Robinson has already thrown a pick 6 tonight to Caden Gray back in the first quarter. He'll take the snap. It's a play fake, and he's got time. Goes over the middle, and it is caught at the 33-yard line. They do call it a catch. Desi Bird finds his way on a post route, and now it's 1st down and 10, Neville at their own 32-yard line.
Bearcats just lost sight of the receiver, wide open, and made the catch.
And another play fake coming up. Robinson goes way down, up, and caught at the 35, now to the 30. And once again, that is Zealand Young, who already has a long grab here earlier tonight, and make that another one down at the Ruston Bearcat 30-yard line.
Kyle looked like the runs up the middles to Robertson and just lulled the defensive backs asleep, and now they've been able to go over the top with ease.
1st and 10 at the Ruston 30. Robinson, another play fake, and he'll roll to his right side. Fires right side, up, incomplete. He had a wide open receiver. That was Ahmad Sledge. And Ruston fans, they're wanting a flag for holding, and they're not going to get it. I'd be willing to bet the penalties tonight. Ruston has, I think, 5 at this point. Neville, I don't know if they've been flagged yet.
Well, the tight end for the Neville Tigers just had a hold of the jersey of number 92 for the Bearcats.
Trips far side. Robinson. Waiting for the snap, has plenty of time. Now he'll take it. Quick toss right side. Pass is caught. Now to the 25. And still on his feet and breaks enough tackles. That's DeAndre Schnett. And Schnett gets down to the Ruston 17-yard line. This drive, Nick, started at the Ruston 3. And it was 3rd and 11. At the Neville 3. And it was 3rd and 11 before the Tigers were able to convert that long pass. 3rd down and 3, shotgun formation. They backed up the spot of the ball. Looked like it was going to be another 1st down. But they'll say that the runner went out of bounds. Hand off to Robertson. Follows a block. He'll be tackled from behind. Gets to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line, and I think that is enough for a 1st down, and it is. Neville doing a great job here running the hurry-up offense, and, really, why not? Hand off to Robertson, Aiden Adams makes the tackle at the 10-yard line. I say why not? I mean, we've already said Ruston, their defense has been on the field for most of this first half. They got to be feeling pretty gassed at this point.
Yeah, they have been. If you go back a couple of those pass plays, you heard a lot of Ruston fans in front of us calling for a hold. Trendon Moore held on the last completion, but Bearcats now have got to do something to push this Neville Tigers back.
Shotgun formation. 3 receiver set again. And there we go. There's Neville's first flag of the night. This is going to be a false start on the offense. And on the Ruston side of Bill Ruppel Stadium, there was much rejoicing. 7:38 left to go in the half. Neville 9, Ruston 6. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. 2nd down and 12. When the officials just respotted the ball a little bit. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers near side. Robertson goes into the end zone, and it is up and knocked away, but there's another flag thrown. 1 at the line of scrimmage, and then 1 over towards the quarterback.
Probably going to be roughing the passer, as I can imagine.
So we've got 1 flag at the 12, 1 flag at the 19. So an eligible receiver on Neville, and then a personal foul roughing the passer. The penalties will offset and replace 2nd down. So it stays 2nd down and 12. That pass was thrown into the back corner of the end zone, attempted for Zeeland Young once again. Had him in single coverage, and it was roughing the passer plus an eligible man downfield. Shotgun formation. Quick toss near side to Robertson. Robertson cuts it back up the middle, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. That will be a 15-yard touchdown run. And putting Neville up 15-6. That is Jamarian Roberson. And now we wait the point after. Swinging gate formation coming up. Long drive there for the Neville Tigers, starting all the way back at their own 3-yard line, and a couple of huge chunk plays to the receivers. Point after is up, and this one looks good, and it is. 7:19 to go in the half. Neville 16, Ruston 6. Back after this. This is Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Hi, I'm Buddy Turja. And I'm Greg Turja. For the last 41 years, you've stood by us, and we're proud to stand by you. Your support is what fuels our commitment to Ruston and Lincoln Parish.
So let's rally together this season and show our Bearcats the support they deserve.
And from all of us at Turja's Rentals, good luck this season, Bearcats.
And hey, enjoy the game.
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Arklatex Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design
has 2 locations, 1001 Trenton Street in Ruston and 101 West 5th Street in El Dorado. Contact Kim Dupree for all your insurance needs. This is fielded at the 5 by Powell up the near side and knocked out of bounds just past the 20-yard line. Bearcats will have 1st and 10 for this upcoming drive.
This is one, Kyle, with 7:14 remaining in the first half, already down 10. You really need to stay on the field for a long time, give your defense some rest, and end with some points going in before half.
Neville just put together a 97-yard drive, capped off by a 15-yard touchdown run by Jamarian Roberson for the Tigers. Only took 9 plays, and now the Bearcats looking to respond. Ruston does get the ball to start the second half of play. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. Hartwell, he'll take the snap, tosses to the left, and there's Hudson to the 30. Hudson 35, and goes out of bounds At the 36-yard line.
Better watch it. No lot of frustration. They grabbed the helmet of Big Six and like he kind of took a swing to push them off, but we don't want that to be misinterpreted that you're taking a swipe at someone. Have no doubt he was pushing, hey, let go of my helmet, let go of my face mask.
Well, I figured if they were grabbing the helmet, there should be a yellow handkerchief coming out, but
we're at Bill Rupel. The only yellow you're going to see on Neville is on their uniforms.
Mott Hudson with 44 yards receiving so far tonight. Trips near side for Hartwell on first down. He'll drop back, and now he'll fire way downfield to Morgan. Morgan in stride, 20, 10, 5. Bearcats respond with a long touchdown. Josiah Morgan with a huge grab gets it into the end zone, and a beautiful throw by Sam Hartwell.
Now, that's exactly what we needed. I might have wanted a little more time to get this defensive rest. So Coach Marcus Yanez is going to have to rotate those guys. Not much of a rest, but we'll take it. 16-12, waiting this extra point from Ramos.
Under 7 to go here in the first half. Bearcats got their first offensive touchdown of the night. Ramos' point after is up, and it's good. Neville 16, Ruston 13, 6:58 to play in the half. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. Back in 30 seconds. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Need extra space? Whether you're moving, downsizing, or just clearing the clutter, Premier Storage is here to help. Customers can easily check in and receive their lock from the kiosk anytime, day or night, or online at PremierStorageRuston.com. Gated access and on-site security features so you can store with confidence. Premier Storage. Safe, secure, close to home. Reserve your unit today.
Down grab by Josiah Morgan with under 7 to go here in the second quarter of play. Ruston trails 16-13.
We're going to take it down to Toby. Toby, a new holder in for the Bearcats tonight. One, Coach Your House, your son, out tonight, but new holder Smith.
Yeah, George did a really good job, and he's got good hands. Him and Peyton kind of have the same mentality, but, wanting to go back to what happened, with the Mott on the sideline, good catch, picked up that yardage y'all were talking about. They were grabbing his helmet. He was just trying to shove them off. I don't think he was really trying to, swing at anybody, but it's really good to see Sam fired up on the sideline with that nice pass to Josiah Morgan.
A shallow kickoff by Joaquin Ramos is returned to the Neville 38-yard line, and it will be first down and 10. Bearcats trail 16-13, 6:54 to go in the first half of play. Trips receivers near side. Parker Robinson with Jamarian Roberson, the tailback. He'll flip Roberson to his left side, and he'll hand it off. Roberson, he'll be tackled at the 40-yard line, maybe at the 41 it looks like, and that's Keelan Davis on the tackle for the Bearcats. Second down and 7 at the Neville 41. We heard over the PA system some scores around conference. District 2 5A. Ouachita and West Monroe were tied at 7 last we heard. Nick Brown will have some of those scores for us later on this evening. Another handoff to Roberson. Terrific, shifty tailback. He'll get 4 yards, and it will be third down and short. Third and 3. Ball at the Neville 45-yard line. Their previous touchdown drive went for 97 yards. Shotgun formation. Robinson looking towards the sideline for the play call. Now he'll take the snap. Play fake, wide open underneath, and still on his feet going is Desi Bird. Up the near side, past the 40 to the 37-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Another third down conversion, Nick Brown.
Yeah, big third down conversion. You don't normally see Jaden Anding miss a tackle. He came up and applied pressure and they just got past him on that one, able to pick up the first down. West Monroe leading Ouachita 13-7 in the second quarter. Ash all over Pineville, no surprise, 35-3 in the second quarter.
So 1st and 10 Neville. Ball is at the Bearcat 37-yard line. Trips far side. Robinson, quick toss. And it's a little bit of a hook and lateral. And then to the inside the 30 and going out of bounds is Roberson. And that was Zealand Young on the catch on the screen. And just a quick lateral back to Roberson. That was a much ado for 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 2. Toby, are you proud we didn't say hook and ladder?
Hey, 10-4, yeah, I didn't know there was a ladder in football.
2nd and 2, shotgun formation, 3 receiver set. 5:33 left to go in the half. Neville 16, Ruston 13. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Tipple State Farm. Quick handoff to Roberson, and there's Davis to make the tackle, and it's going to be close. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Surprising score out of South Louisiana Catholic Baton Rouge, 19-0 over Central. And then Zachary losing as well.
Don't forget the Thompson's Barbershop halftime show. Toby Nations, Hunter Smith, and a guest will be joining us. And it's a handoff up the middle to Roberson, and he gets into the second level, past the 25, down to the 23-yard line, enough for a 1st down.
Now, both of these squads, Kyle, have a full allotment of timeouts, so still time for the Bearcats, even if Neville does score, to push down the field, put some points on the board.
Another handoff, Roberson wrapped up. He'll lose a couple on the play.
And the beauty of that, Kyle, is it has Mike Collins, head coach of the Neville Tigers, thinking, okay, what about my field goal range? We did miss an extra point earlier. 16-13 comes down to that 3rd and 4th down decision.
That was Keegan Goldsmith, tackle for a loss on the play. Roberson falls back 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Both teams with all of their timeouts here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation for Robinson. He'll take the snap, play fake, drops back, plenty of time. Rolls to his left, and now he's going to be brought down from behind. Another sack on the play, and I believe that was Goldsmith again for the Bearcats.
Robinson a little slow moving, Kyle, after that one. Watch that one. So they try and drop back. Could tip your hat that they're going to run Robertson again up the middle.
And that was back-to-back losses on the play. And like you said, Nick, good prediction, hopefully pulling Neville out of field goal range. 3rd down and 15. That's the Ruston faithful you hear in the background. And now we have a timeout taken by Ruston. We'll take it too. 3:41 to go here in the first half of play. Neville 16, Ruston 13. Back after this. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Headquartered in Ruston, Louisiana, Hunt Forest Products manufactures a variety of plywood lumber and other specialty wood products to meet a wide variety of building and manufacturing needs. Hunt Forest Products is family-owned and operated, practices sustainable forestry, and provides more than 400 Louisiana jobs. Hunt Forest Products is a proud supporter of the Bearcat football program.
When on a journey towards the best dentistry with exceptional care, you need travel no further than the heart of Ruston. There you will find the team behind Johnston & Murphy Dental Care. It's a goal built on the tradition of excellence, established more than 60 years ago, a legacy in superior dental care. It's a journey worth taking and one we're proud to make with you. Come experience the best dentistry and exceptional customer service.
Lions over here in Ouachita pairs. That one is, I believe, being played at Rebel Stadium tonight. Bearcats will be back at home next week to take on the Ash Trojans. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 15. Ball at the Ruston 27-yard line. Robinson steps up, dumps it off, and it is incomplete. Intended for Roberson, and now that brings up 4th down and 15. And the question is, do you try a 41-yard field goal?
I want to go back to that timeout. You look at it, you've got Neville on their heels, but Kyle, the entire coaching staff knows we've had 3rd and long for a long time. Let's settle down, get the right defensive play call. They did. Now 4th and 14. I think Neville's going to go for it here, Kyle, because you're looking at a very long field goal.
Quick math, this would be 45 yards. Yep, so it's going to be a 4th and 15 attempt. Shotgun formation for the offense. Three receivers. Robinson, play fake, chased out of the pocket. Hunter Soto forces the bad throw, incomplete, and another turnover on downs. Bearcats have a chance here with 3:30 to go before they have to take their first lead of the night.
Kyle, I'm going to give Ethan Russell and Hunter Soto a lot of credit, not only for the as they were trying to get after Robinson, but they did a great job of patience because after he released the football, they did not hit him late, even though they were right there on him. So Ethan and Hunter, excellent job there of backing off and not hitting the quarterback.
So now the Bearcats take over, first down and 10. They'll have it at their own 27-yard line. Again, Ruston does get the ball back to start the second half of play. And if you're Ruston, if you can somehow go into the halftime locker room with a lead, getting the ball back after the way these first two quarters have gone, you can't feel good, but you certainly would be feeling better than how it looked at the end of the first. Shotgun formation, Hartwell, and he'll step up and he'll be wrapped up for a loss. Loss of 6 on the play, and that'll be a sack for Jalen Watkins, the big junior defensive end, and bring up second down and long.
Yeah, had a lot of guys downfield and also had a lot of green to run the football, trying to find that open space, but give Neville credit for bringing him down.
So clock continuing to move here in the Kim Dupree State Farm second quarter. 3 minutes left to go before the half. Neville 16, Ruston 13. Trips receivers far side for Hartwell. Dalen Powell, the tailback. Hartwell from the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. Powell makes one man miss. Ball's forward to the 25-yard line. This will be a 5-yard pickup on the play, and it will be third down and 11. So third and long for Ruston. I think the Bearcats are still looking for their first third down conversion of the night. Bearcats with 2 touchdowns. One, a pick six by Caden Gray in the first quarter, and then a good drive by the Bearcats of 77 yards, capped off by Josiah Morgan catching a beautiful ball from Hartwell. Hartwell, and he'll just throw this out of bounds, and he takes a huge hit while he does, and this will be fourth down and long.
They got rid of the football, didn't want to lose yards, but that's going to be one that he's going to feel the rest of the game as he's coming off to the sidelines rather slow. So need Ramos to come out with a good punt and flip this field and keep this score 16-13 when we go in at half. Exactly 2 minutes remaining.
So the Bearcats are forced to punt it away. Back to return, I think that's Dylan Bryce. And a beautiful punt by Ramos, and this will take a long roll in favor of the Bearcats inside the 20, and this one is going to stop at the 14-yard line. That was about a 50-yard punt by Joaquin Ramos to pin the Neville Tigers back. And so first down and 10, Neville at their own 14-yard line. I will say, first half of this one, Nick Brown, certainly lived up to expectations.
Absolutely, it has, and very fortunate to only be down 3 at this point when you really feel like the Neville has outplayed the Ruston Bearcats, and Bearcats been penalized more. That game has gone to half over at West Monroe. West Monroe leading Ouachita 14-7.
Ouachita does sit at the top of the power rankings here in Week 7 in non-select Division I, even after losing to Ruston last week. In fact, Ruston, Neville, Ouachita, and West Monroe all in the top 6. Robinson fires this downfield, and he's got a man in stride, and it's caught. 30, 20, 10, high-stepping into the end zone. That's Ahmad Sledge for a huge touchdown with 1:32 to go before the half. 86-yard touchdown by Sledge. I mean, he just broke free, Nick, into the secondary, and not much that Ruston could do there. And he caught that, a beautiful throw by Parker Robinson.
Yeah, that one's a backbreaker now. Going to push that lead up and hear this very important extra points if you can push it to 10 points. Kyle, just backbreaker for the Bearcats.
So Yerger will attempt the point after. A terrific throw by Parker Robinson. Point after is up, And it is through. Neville 23, Ruston 13, minute 32 to go before the half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
I'm Brett Brown, and when I want fireworks, there is only one place I go, and that is Family Fireworks. Family Fireworks supports all Ruston High activities. John, Barbara, Jim, Jennifer, and Philip Ford are all Ruston High graduates. Family Fireworks is located at 116 UPS Road off Highway 33 in Ruston. We are the tent in the back. Just like you celebrate Bearcat and Lady Bearcat victories, come celebrate your firework holidays with us. We have been making memories for over 20 years. Come have fun with Family Fireworks. Ford Family says go big Ruston.
Building a life.
Kickoff fielded at the 2-yard line by Dalen Powell, tripped up, and he'll fall at the 19-yard line. It will be first down and 10 Ruston.
You got to give credit, Kyle. Neville has kicked that ball relatively all the way down, not into the end zone. You're almost to the point of we'll be better off letting it go into the end zone because we're really not getting it out that far. And how important is this drive, Kyle? 1:27 remaining. You have 2 timeouts left, but you trail by 10 here in the first half.
And Neville's got all 3, so they may very well try to see if they can get this ball back. Scoring drives for Ruston brought to you by Smoothie King. We had a pick 6 of 41 yards by Caden Gray in the first quarter, and then a 77-yard touchdown drive capped off by a 64-yard touchdown reception by Josiah Morgan. Those are the 2 touchdowns Ruston has had tonight. Hartwell, and we have another flag thrown.
I didn't see if the play clock went to 0. I wasn't watching that.
So false start on the offense.
Now you find yourself in an unusual situation, Kyle. Neville has 3 timeouts. You've been successful passing the ball, not as much running the ball. Running will run the clock. Passing, you got a chance of giving that ball back to Neville before halftime.
So first down and 15, empty backfield for the Bearcats. Sam Hartwell in the gun. Quick toss, pass caught by Morgan. Morgan goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So makes up a little bit of the penalty yardage, and I think a couple more. So now that's a 7-yard pickup on the play, 2nd and 8. Morgan wisely getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Ruston doesn't have to burn a timeout.
As Bearcats' opponent next week, all over Pineville, 49-3 in the first half.
Pass over the middle and a slant incomplete. That was intended for Alex Hunt. So 3rd down and 8. Looked like a little miscommunication between quarterback and the wide receiver on where that ball was intended to be thrown, and Hunt just unable to make the grab behind his helmet. Empty backfield again for Hartwell. Hartwell takes the snap, fires downfield to Malcolm, and goes over the wrong shoulder. That'll be incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th and 8.
Yeah, Malcolm looked over the inside. You're correct, Kyle. Looked to the inside. The pass was to the outside, and no chance whatsoever. And now the scary part, Kyle, 1:11 remaining here in the first half, and Mike Collins and Neville have all 3 of their timeouts.
Yeah, Bearcats had a chance when they got the ball back down 16-13. That feels like an eternity ago, but it was really just 2 minutes of game clock away. Now Ramos, high kick, not super deep, and it hops up, and it will go out of bounds right at the Neville 49-yard line, it appears. So 60 seconds for the Tigers. They've got 1st and 10. Next, they're going to spot this ball at midfield.
And Kyle, if you're Cam Dean and Monty Dean, 25, you're on the outside. You've got to be full alert because that's what they've done the last few series, is attack the outside. And I would definitely look for number 13, Zealand Young, for the Neville Tigers.
After this play, we'll take a Southern Sports Equipment call to the sidelines down to Toby Nations, who will have your Thompson's Barbershop halftime show next. Shotgun formation. Cats down 10, 23-13, minute left to go in the half. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. Robinson rolls across to the left side, just fires this incomplete out of bounds to avoid the pressure. Toby, second half adjustments in your mind for this Ruston Bearcat team. Really only down 10, but it has felt like Neville's controlled these first two quarters.
Yeah, I mean, Neville's just done a good job, and we haven't helped ourselves any. We're going to have to create some opportunities, and our offense has got to get our defense a little bit of rest. I mean, they've been on the field a long time this first half.
Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Robinson takes the snap. Steps up, escapes the pocket, spins, and he'll be tackled right at midfield. No gain on the play.
That's one thing, Kyle. If you're Parker Robinson, you're going to watch that. You don't spin right into contact. You can get some undue injury. Very fortunate to hold on to the football as he spun right into, I believe that was Ethan Russell.
Neither team taking a timeout here. And the Tigers will have to snap the football. I'm imagining they will. They're not going to pass up an opportunity to try to do something here, but clock's still moving in the Kim Dupree State Farm second quarter. 18 seconds. Neville, 3rd down and 10. Tigers lead 23-13. Roberson flips to the right side. Now Robinson, play fake. Steps up, dumps it off to Roberson at the 45 underneath. Now to the 40. And out of bounds, and that's going to end the first half of play, I believe. I don't think they're going to put any time back on the clock. We'll wait and see.
Parker Robinson asking for 1 second.
I think they're going to get it back. Yeah, they do. They're going to put 1 second up on the clock, and so that's a 13-yard gain on the play for Jamarian Roberson. Oh, they're giving them 2 seconds back. Fans rightfully furious.
Well, what's interesting about that, you let the clock run all the way down, and then you run that play, and now you complain about it. But it's interesting because Parker Robinson, Kyle, actually, you kept saying Robertson went to the other side. Really, Robinson grabbed his jersey and moved him to the other side, and he ran basically across the field, and he was wide open, able to pick up 13 yards, like you said. And how we went from 0 to 2, I have no idea. I believe the Bearcats going to put Ahmad Hudson, big 6, in the back as a safety valve, hopefully to intercept a pass across the middle if possible. But it certainly looks like Neville trying to put this one in the end zone, obviously, Kyle.
So it is 1st down and 10. 2 seconds go back on the play on the game clock here before the half. Again, stay tuned for the Thompson's Barbershop halftime show. Toby Nations and Hunter Smith with a special guest. Ball is 37 yards away. And if you're Ruston, you definitely don't want to accidentally get a defensive penalty because the half cannot end on a defensive penalty. 1st down and 10. Bearcats look like they're going to rush 3. Trips receivers far side. Roberson catches it, and he'll follow his blocks to the 30, 25, and he'll get hit, knocked out of bounds, and that will do it for the first half of play. Neville 23, Ruston 13 here at the Thompson's Barbershop halftime show. Toby Nations will take it over when we come back. This is Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Building a life is different for everyone because everyone is different. That's why State Farm is there. Contact local agent Skip Russell for a quote today.
Looking for the best bite in Ruston? At Flying Burger, we're serving up fresh made-to-order burgers, hand-battered seafood, crispy fries, and more, all with fast, friendly service. At Flying Burger, we grind our meat in-house daily, never frozen. We're proud to be voted #1 for burgers and seafood in the area. Flying Burger is locally owned and operated by Ruston High alum and 1982 state football champion Scott Braswell. Whether you're grabbing lunch, dinner, or feeding your Friday night football crew, do it with Flying Burger.
I live in Ruston. It's where I went to school and raised my boys. Now with 2 grandsons and another grandbaby on the way, this community means more than ever. I have a passion for serving families across Northeast Louisiana. Whether buying or selling, it's about helping people find the place they'll call home. Because when it comes to finding a home, I treat your family like my own.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Contact local agent Skip Russell for your personal price plan today.
Firmly founded in 1936, Pierce Lumber has been your go-to for quality building parts in Ruston and North Louisiana. Located on 1032 Burgessville Road, we carry tools from DeWalt, Milwaukee, Senco, and Ego Power Tools. We're your home for locally sourced lumber and quality building parts. As well as being your local supplier for Benjamin Moore Paint, we offer delivery of our products from our door to yours. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and remember, if you're making it, make it with Pierce Lumber.
No one can predict the future, but there are preventative measures to ensure our properties, belongings, and families are protected. At Provision Security, this is what we do best. Our team of security professionals install and service the latest technologies in security alarms, access control systems, IP cameras, and much more. We take pride in securing the homes and businesses of North Louisiana. If you're ready to safeguard what matters most, call us at 318-255-1566 for a free quote. Provision Security remains dedicated to protecting your past, present, and future.
Hunter Smith, class of 1999, and Josh Beckham, class of 2006, are firmly founded. Contact us for two Bearcats who will be a trusted advisor in your next sell or purchase of recreational, investment, or hunting property. Go Cats! Firmly founded in 1936, Pierce Lumber has been Ruston's hometown tradition for nearly 90 years. As your local Ace Hardware dealer, we're your headquarters for Bearcat tailgates, with Big Green Eggs, Traeger grills, Turtle Box speakers, Yeti coolers, meat church and hardcore carnivore seasonings, along with all the cooking gear you need to keep the grill hot and the drinks ice cold. From kickoff to the final whistle, we've got everything you need to make game day unforgettable. Pierce Lumber, friendly service, quality products, and proud supporters of the Bearcats.
Louisiana National Bank is the official bank of Ruston High Athletics. As a proud community partner and supporter of local education, we're excited to cheer on the Bearcats. Experience uncommon banking today at Louisiana National Bank. To learn more, visit ln.bank.
For over 35 years, Brazier Group Real Estate has been cheering right alongside you. We're proud to be your hometown real estate agents, locally owned right here in downtown Ruston. Our agents don't just sell homes. We live here, we work here, and we support the community we love. Voted best of Lincoln Parish every single year since we opened. Brazier Group is the team you can count on when it's time to buy or sell. So from kickoff to closing, go Bearcats! And remember, Brazier Group Real Estate, your hometown real estate agents.
Headquartered in Ruston, Louisiana, HGA is a full-service project management and engineering services firm providing professional services to clients throughout the U.S. and overseas. HGA builds long-term client relationships by listening to clients, leveraging the experience of its professional team, and delivering on its commitments. HGA is a proud supporter of the Bearcat football program.
Holland Real Estate Group has been serving the commercial real estate needs in Louisiana for over 30 years.
Because your business means everything to you, we know the importance of proper planning and location management. With our extensive knowledge of the area, we're able to create individualized solutions for our clients. We work closely with our community leaders to understand growth in the area. Ensuring successful win-win relationships for our clients is what we do best.
Bayou Kubota is a proud sponsor of Bearcat football and a loyal member of the Bearcat Football Club. Visit Bayou Kubota for all your tractor and farm equipment needs. Bayou Kubota, service with a purpose in Ruston, Bossier City, and Monroe.
Hi, I'm Murphy, and welcome to Tip of the Week. Hunting season will be here soon. Is your equipment ready for the backwoods? Whether it's your truck, tractor, four-wheeler, or side-by-side, the right tires make all the difference in rough terrain. At Walpole Tire and Service, we've got the tires you need to keep you moving through mud, brush, and everything in between. Don't get stuck when it matters the most. Stop in and gear up before the season opens. Experience the difference at Walpole Tire and Service in either Ruston or West Monroe.
Life is a workout, so make it a good one. Fuel your body with what it needs at Smoothie King. A delicious meal packed with energy, protein, and power.
Like life, injury and sport go hand in hand. When injury has you sidelined, there's one name above the rest. That's Johnson Physical Therapy.
At GBT, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community, and we're proud to cheer on Ruston High Athletics.
Whether it's on the field, court, or track, we're excited to stand by our athletes and celebrate their hard work and dedication. With GBT, you're always banking on a winning team. Go Bearcats!
Argent Financial Group, with over 30 years of providing wealth and asset management services to residents of Lincoln Parish, proudly support youth athletics and the Ruston Bearcats.
Calling Bearcat Nation. This is Bill Hogan at Century Next Bank. Here we love our Bearcats, and we know there's no team like our home team. Remember, when you bank with us, you bank with the locals. And that's a win for our community. Go Bearcats. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
We mastered the sip, and now we've perfected the bite. Get a Smoothie King smoothie and loaded toast for $9.99. Deliciously satisfying and packed with the good stuff.
Smoothie King's got the toast.
Hi, I'm Ryan Colbitz, chaplain for the Bearcats, and I want to invite you to come join me at First Ruston. We have worship services and Bible studies on Sundays at 8:30, 9:45, and 11 with great practical biblical teachings. We also have men's, women's, and student Bible studies on Wednesdays at 6. So come on, students, and join us for a night of fellowship, worship, and fun. Church information can be found on fbcruston.org, and you can also watch your services there. Hey, football is awesome, and we believe church should be fun too. So come and join us at First.
Step into the winner's circle with a John Deere tractor from Goldman Equipment. Shop North and Central Louisiana's largest John Deere dealer. Goldman Equipment. We're not just in your field, we're in your backyard. Thank you for calling Goldman Equipment. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm Buddy Turja. And I'm Greg Turja. For the last 41 years, you've stood by us, and we're proud to stand by you. Your support is what fuels our commitment to Ruston and Lincoln Parish.
So let's rally together this season and show our Bearcats the support they deserve.
And from all of us at Turja's Rentals, good luck this season, Bearcats.
And hey, enjoy the game.
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Arklitex Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design, every door we assemble, isn't just about your house. It's about your home. Family owned, community rooted, Arklitex Windows and Doors, a family business built for your family.
Headquartered in Ruston, Louisiana, HGA is a full-service project management and engineering services firm providing professional services to clients throughout the U.S. and overseas. HGA builds long-term client relationships by listening to clients, leveraging the experience of its professional team, and delivering on its commitments. HGA is a proud supporter of the Bearcat football program.
Like life, injury and sport go hand in hand. When injury has you sidelined, there's one name above the rest. That's Johnson Physical Therapy.
Holland Real Estate Group has been serving the commercial real estate needs in Louisiana for over 30 years.
Because your business means everything to you. We know the importance of proper planning and location management. With our extensive knowledge of the area, we're able to create individualized solutions for our clients. We work closely with our community leaders to understand growth in the area. Ensuring successful win-win relationships for our clients is what we do best.
Hi, I'm Ryan Colbitz, chaplain for the Bearcats, and I want to invite you to come join me at First Ruston. We have worship services and Bible studies on Sundays at 8:30, 9:45, and 11 with great practical biblical teachings. We also have men's, women's, and student Bible studies on Wednesdays at 6. So come on, students, and join us for a night of fellowship, worship, and fun. Church information can be found on fbcruston.org, and you can also watch your services there. Hey, football is awesome, and we believe church should be fun too. So come and join us at First.
Headquartered in Ruston, Louisiana, Hunt Forest Products manufactures a variety of plywood lumber and other specialty wood products to meet a wide variety of building and manufacturing needs. Hunt Forest Products is family-owned and operated, practices sustainable forestry, and provides more than 400 Louisiana jobs. Hunt Forest Products is a proud supporter of the Bearcat football program.
Need extra space? Whether you're moving, downsizing, or just clearing the clutter, Premier Storage is here to help. Customers can easily check in and receive their lock from the kiosk anytime, day or night, or online at premierstorage.ruston.com. Gated access and on-site security features so you can store with confidence. Premier Storage, safe, secure, close to home. Reserve your unit today.
Calling Bearcat Nation. This is Bill Hogan at Century Next Bank. Here we love our Bearcats, and we know there's no team like our home team. Remember, when you bank with us, you bank with the locals. And that's a win for our community. Go Bearcats. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
I live in Ruston. It's where I went to school and raised my boys. Now with 2 grandsons and another grandbaby on the way, this community means more than ever. I have a passion for serving families across Northeast Louisiana. Whether buying or selling, it's about helping people find the place they'll call home. Because when it comes to finding a home, I treat your family like my own.
Louisiana National Bank is the official bank of Ruston High Athletics. As a proud community partner and supporter of local education, we're excited to cheer on the Bearcats. Experience uncommon banking today at Louisiana National Bank. To learn more, visit ln.bank.
Hi, I'm Buddy Turja.
And I'm Greg Turja.
For the last 41 years, you've stood by us, and we're proud to stand by you. Your support is what fuels our commitment to Ruston and Lincoln Parish.
So let's rally together this season and show our Bearcats the support they deserve.
And from all of us at Turge's Rentals, good luck this season, Bearcats.
And hey, enjoy the game.
At GBT, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community, and we're proud to cheer on Ruston High Athletics.
Whether it's on the field, court, or track, we're excited to stand by our athletes and celebrate their hard work and dedication. With GBT, you're always banking on a winning team. Go Bearcats!
Firmly founded in 1936, Pierce Lumber has been Ruston's hometown tradition for nearly 90 years. As your local Ace Hardware dealer, we're your headquarters for Bearcat tailgates, with Big Green Eggs, Traeger grills, Turtle Box speakers, Yeti coolers, meat church and hardcore carnivore seasonings, along with all the cooking gear you need to keep the grill hot and the drinks ice cold. From kickoff to the final whistle, we've got everything you need to make game day unforgettable. Pierce Lumber, friendly service, quality products, and proud supporters of the Bearcats.
We mastered the sip, and now we've perfected the bite. Get a Smoothie King smoothie and loaded toast for $9.99. Deliciously satisfying and packed with the good stuff.
Smoothie King's got the toast.
Argent Financial Group, with over 30 years of providing wealth and asset management services to residents of Lincoln Parish, proudly support youth athletics and the Ruston Bearcats. Looking for the best bite in Ruston? At Flying Burger, we're serving up fresh made-to-order burgers, hand-battered seafood, crispy fries, and more, all with fast, friendly service. At Flying Burger, we grind our meat in-house daily, never frozen. We're proud to be voted #1 for burgers and seafood in the area. Flying Burger is locally owned and operated by Ruston High alum and 1982 state football champion Scott Braswell. Whether you're grabbing lunch, dinner, or feeding your Friday night football crew, do it with Flying Burger.
Firmly founded in 1936, Pierce Lumber has been your go-to for quality building parts in Ruston and North Louisiana. Located on 1032 Burgessville Road, we carry tools from DeWalt, Milwaukee, Senco, and Ego Power Tools. We're your home for locally sourced lumber and quality building parts. As well as being your local supplier for Benjamin Moore Paint, we offer delivery of our products from our door to yours. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and remember, if you're making it, make it with Pierce Lumber.
I'm Brett Brown, and when I want fireworks, there is only one place I go, and that is Family Fireworks. Family Fireworks supports all Ruston High activities. John, Barbara, Jim, Jennifer, and Philip Ford are all Ruston High graduates. Family Fireworks is located at 116 UPS Road off Highway 33 in Ruston. We are the tent in the back. Just like you celebrate Bearcat and Lady Bearcat victories, come celebrate your firework holidays with us. We have been making memories for over 20 years. Come have fun with Family Fireworks. Ford Family says go big Ruston.
Building a life is different for everyone because everyone is different. That's why State Farm is there. Contact local agent Skip Russell for a quote today.
Hi, I'm Murphy, and welcome to Tip of the Week. Hunting season will be here soon. Is your equipment ready for the backwoods? Whether it's your truck, tractor, four-wheeler, or side-by-side, the right tires make all the difference in rough terrain. At Walpole Tire and Service, we've got the tires you need to keep you moving through mud, brush, and everything in between. Don't get stuck when it matters the most. Stop in and gear up before the season opens. Experience the difference at Walpole Tire and Service in either Ruston or West Monroe.
Life is a workout, so make it a good one. Fuel your body with what it needs at Smoothie King. A delicious meal packed with energy, protein, and power.
Bayou Kubota is a proud sponsor of Bearcat football and a loyal member of the Bearcat Football Club. Visit Bayou Kubota for all your tractor and farm equipment needs. Bayou Kubota, service with a purpose in Ruston, Bossier City, and Monroe.
For over 35 years, Brazier Group Real Estate has been cheering right alongside you. We're proud to be your hometown real estate agents, locally owned right here in downtown Ruston. Our agents don't just sell homes, we live here, we work here, and we support the community we love. Voted best of Lincoln Parish every single year since we opened. Brazier Group is the team you can count on when it's time to buy or sell. So from kickoff to closing, go Bearcats! And remember, Brazier Group Real Estate, your hometown real estate agents.
No one can predict the future, but there are preventative measures to ensure our properties, belongings, and families are protected. At Provision Security, this is what we do best. Our team of security professionals install and service the latest technologies in security alarms, access control systems, IP cameras, and much more. We take pride in securing the homes and businesses of North Louisiana. If you're ready to safeguard what matters most, call us at 318-255-1566 for a free quote. Provision Security remains dedicated to protecting your past, present, and future.
Step into the winner's circle with a John Deere tractor from Goldman Equipment. Shop North and Central Louisiana's largest John Deere dealer. Goldman Equipment. We're not just in your field, we're in your backyard. Thank you for calling Goldman Equipment. How can I help you?
Hunter Smith, class of 1999, and Josh Beckham, class of 2006, are firmly founded. Contact us for 2 Bearcats who will be a trusted advisor in your next sell or purchase of recreational, investment, or hunting property. Go Cats!
When on a journey towards the best dentistry with exceptional care, you need travel no further than the heart of Ruston. There you will find the team behind Johnston & Murphy Dental Care. It's a goal built on the tradition of excellence established more than 60 years ago. A legacy in superior dental care. It's a journey worth taking and one we're proud to make with you. Come experience the best dentistry and exceptional customer service. Johnston & Murphy Dental Care, where every smile has a story.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Contact local agent Skip Russell for your personal price plan today.
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Arclitex Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design, every door we assemble, isn't just about your house. It's about your home. Family owned, community rooted. Arclitex Windows and Doors, a family business built for your family.
Headquartered in Ruston, Louisiana, HGA is a full-service project management and engineering services firm providing professional services to clients throughout the U.S. and overseas. HGA builds long-term client relationships by listening to clients, leveraging the experience of its professional team, and delivering on its commitments. HGA is a proud supporter of the Bearcat football program.
Like life, injury and sport go hand in hand. When injury has you sidelined, there's one name above the rest. That's Johnson Physical Therapy.
Play. The kickoff is up, and the third quarter will begin. DeMoss will field it at the 2-yard line to the 10, now outside to the 15, to the 20, and there's a flag thrown over on the near side. The Bearcats had 5 penalties in the first half, only 1 for the Neville Tigers, and this could be another one going against the Bearcats from where it was thrown, Nick Brown.
I definitely think so, and that's one thing. Not a good way to start it. It's interesting that DeMoss was back and not Dalen Powell.
It is a hold on the Bearcats, and I want to say thanks, as always, for our Thompson's Barbershop halftime show. Toby Nations, Hunter Smith, and special guest Rocky, who is a Neville Tiger graduate, but they're all really good friends, and Rocky played for the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs for Joe Raymond Peace, and so he has a very special connection to Ruston as well. Ruston down 23-13 as we start the Ponchatoula's and Log Cabin third quarter.
Absolutely look forward to Ponchatoula's and Log Cabin.
Offset I formation. Hartwell under center. Hands it off to Powell. Powell pushes the pile to the 18-yard line.
Ponchatoula's and Log Cabin Grill and Market, Cal, and Ruston. They're longtime supporters of Ruston High School and Ruston High Athletics. Ponchatoula's offers delicious New Orleans-style cuisine. At a Log Cabin, you'll find steaks and Tex-Mex. Ponchatoula's is located on Park Avenue in downtown Ruston. Log Cabin on Highway 33, just north of I-20. Everyone at Ponchatoula's and Log Cabin say good luck, Bearcats.
Time of possession was pretty much in favor of Neville as well, almost at a 2-to-1 ratio. Bearcats had the ball over 8 minutes, and Neville had it just under 16. I formation on 2nd and 5. Another quick toss to Powell, and Powell wrapped up. No gain on the play, brings up 3rd down and 5. So 3rd down. Bearcats went 0 for 6 on 3rd in the first half. Neville converted 6 of 10 third downs. Cats about 5 yards away from the sticks. 10:35 left to go here in the Ponchatoula's Log Cabin third quarter. Bearcats trail 23-13. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. Hartwell in the I formation, 2 receivers near side. Ahmad Hudson on the far side in single coverage. And the ball hits the turf. It's still on the ground. And Neville has recovered it at the Ruston 20-yard line.
That's unfortunate, Kyle. I think you had what you wanted. You had man coverage with Ahmad Hudson on the outside. Now you've done what you couldn't do. You fumbled the football, looking to get a possession to make this a 3-point game. And unfortunately now Neville has got the ball in great field position, looking to put a nail in a coffin early with 10:15 remaining here in the third quarter.
Neville now 1st and 10 at the Ruston 20-yard line after the fumble on the snap by the Bearcats. Robinson in the gun for the Neville Tigers. Jarvis Blackston, who has a touchdown in the first half, he'll be his tailback. Robinson with three wide receivers. Blackston takes the snap, bounces past the tackle on the right side. It's about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. So 2nd and 8 coming up. We'll take a Southern States equipment call to the sidelines down to Toby Nations. Toby, that was a tough fumble by the Bearcats, really poorly timed.
Yeah, just unfortunate break, and it kind of sounds like the old sad song the whole game so far, but it just looked like Sam didn't get the ball or wasn't under enough. You know, Brock's back in at center. He's had some injuries, but, you know, not saying whose fault it was, just didn't get the ball.
2nd and 8. Hand off to Blackston. Tries to go to the right side again. Gets a yard on the play. 3rd down and 7. And Nick Brown, if you can hold this team to a field goal here on 4th down after giving them the ball at your own 20-yard line, I mean, that's the best situation you can hope for unless you get a turnover.
You got Zealand Young here on the near sideline, closest to us, man coverage with Cam Dean, and surprised they haven't tried to hit him on that slant.
Shotgun formation. Just over 9 minutes to play in the third. Ruston down 10. Play fake. Robinson rolls right side, directs traffic, goes outside, incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down and 7.
A great coverage being number 7, Devin Major on the outside. Kyle, many probably on the Neville sideline wanted pass interference, but he timed it well. Going to force that field goal here, field goal attempt. Look like Neville's offense stayed on the field, Kyle.
A little bit of a surprise here. On 4th down and 7, they've got the leg in Brooks Yerger. We've already seen it.
Maybe try to get the Bearcats jump to make it a little more manageable, but hey, Bearcats can win it here.
So 4th down and 7, shotgun formation. Robinson steps up, eludes a tackle, dumps it off to his tailback, and he'll be wrapped up, still on his feet though, inside the 15. And I don't know if he has it or not. We'll have to see.
This is one where I want to see a measurement, Kyle, because Bearcats had him wrapped up, but a great run to get away from the Bearcat defenders.
Let's see. So, and they're moving the sticks. He got just enough yardage. It'll be 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
You had him wrapped up, and just quite frankly, you're not going to win the game if you can't make those tackles in that situation, Kyle. Would have loved to have seen a measurement, though, because it was very close.
Robinson goes under center for this snap. New tailback behind him is Jaden Reed, and Reed gets the handoff inside the 10 and hit at the 5-yard line in bounds. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
That's Cam Dean, 25, on the tackle for the Bearcats, Kyle. Bearcats need to force a turnover.
So 8:30 to go in the Ponchatoula's Log Cabin third quarter. Neville 23, Ruston 13, 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Another handoff up the middle. And I think they're going to say his forward progress stopped at the 2-yard line. Once again, Jaden Reed, who's listed as a safety, and he'll make it 3rd and goal from the 2. Neville came in tonight, Nick, 4-2 on the season. Ruston 5-1. And off again to Reed, and Reed spins, and he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 1.
Reed stood up. Great job. Get some of those numbers for you. Miles Brown hit him. I believe Trendon hit him as well.
So 4th and goal from the 1-yard line again. Neville's offense staying on the field. 7:40 now left to go in the third. Ruston trails 23-13. Devin Major comes out. Hunter Soto comes in. Robinson under center. Jarvis Blackston, the running back. And Neville may take a timeout. The Tigers take a timeout. We'll take it too. 7:24 here in the Wood Marine broadcast booth in the third quarter. Neville 23, Ruston 13. Back in 30 seconds. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Like life, injury and sport go hand in hand. When injury has you sidelined, there's one name above the rest. That's Johnson Physical Therapy.
To go here in the third quarter. It's 4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
Well, would love a false start out of the Neville Tigers. Kyle, 23-13. Neville leads the Bearcats.
Neville brings in the colloquial heavy lunch package. Blackston the tailback. Robinson. Quarterback tush pushed. It's going to be close. I don't think he got in. No signal yet.
If they don't signal after that long, that is not a touchdown.
So the white hat is talking it over with the side judge. No, he didn't get in. Bearcats stop him on 4th and goal with inches to go.
It was crazy on the play call, Kyle. You call the quarterback on number, but you put in the heavy lunch package. You got your running back back. I thought it was going to be a dive over the top, but no, if Bearcats hold, yeah, you know what I say about the 1-yard line.
You can't have a 99-yard drive.
You don't start on the 1.
Well, let's see if Ruston can put something together here on offense. 7:12 left to go in the third quarter. Tigers 23, Bearcats 13. I formation for Ruston.
Dylan Powell's 9 yards deep in the end zone, Kyle.
Hartwell under center. And it's going to be a throw to the outside. And I don't know, is that a backwards pass? Should be a tip ball. Let's see. The side judge wants to talk it over with the white hat. That should be an incomplete. No, it's a touchdown. Wow. So the ball came loose. They're going to say it was a fumble, and it was recovered in the end zone by the Neville Tigers.
That's clearly a forward pass. Just watch a replay on the Neville video board, and that ball was thrown, and it did go forward, but I don't think it was tipped, so I guess it would go with a lateral is what they're saying, recovered a lateral.
Just going from bad to worse for the Bearcats. Point after is up, and it's good. 30-13, 7:04 left to go here in the Ponchatoula's Log Cabin third quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Need extra space? Whether you're moving, downsizing, or just clearing the clutter, Premier Storage is here to help. Customers can easily check in and receive their lock from the kiosk anytime, day or night, or online at premierstorageruston.com. Gated access and on-site security features so you can store with confidence. Premier Storage, safe, secure, close to home. Reserve your unit today.
Bayou Kubota is a proud sponsor of Bearcat football and a loyal member of the Bearcat Football Club. Visit Bayou Kubota for all your tractor and farm equipment needs. Bayou Kubota, service with a purpose in Ruston, Bossier City, and Monroe.
Break if you're the Ruston Bearcats as this one will go out of bounds. The kickoff will go out of bounds, and Ruston will start at their own 35-yard line. And Tubby Nations, I don't know if you saw anything different. Not that it matters at this point, but that they called that a backwards lateral, and Neville recovers in the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, I couldn't see really. I mean, looking from down here, but watching the replay, I still couldn't tell. I mean, I saw his arm was going forward, but I wasn't sure. But just another bad break for the Bearcats tonight, Kyle.
And I will say, bad breaks or not, Neville is absolutely playing a really good football game. And that's why they're up 30-13 with 7:04 to go in the third quarter. The 100th meeting between these two teams played here tonight at Bill Ruppel Stadium. Handoff up the middle. And it will be a gain of 3 on the play for Dalen Powell. Nick down 17, 30-13, 6:40 to go in the Ponchatoula's log cabin third quarter.
Yeah, I think you're going here, Kyle. 30-13, you're down 17. You're picking up maybe 2 to 3 yards per carry. You're going to go to the air and try and get back into this game because that clock continues to run. Only 6:25 remaining here in the third quarter.
We've already seen some long passes from Hartwell. This is a handoff to Powell. Breaks at the 40 to the 45. That'll be a first down pickup for Ruston. Moves the sticks, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. We talked to Jared Ball about this last week. We talked to him about this during the coaches show. We talked to him about it Thursday at practice yesterday. Fall break, man. And now another flag is thrown.
It's just one of those things you get out of, not taking anything away from Neville.
No.
Very good football team. They came in this game. Bearcats 5-1, Neville 4-2, and I'm not conceding this game at 30-13. You got to put some points on the board. You got to have 2 drives. You need a touchdown, a stop, and a touchdown, and you're back in it. But these haven't been the Bearcats that we've watched all year, and you go through just penalized more than they've been the entire season, and we're only in the third quarter.
So 1st down and 15, ball at the 43-yard line. Shotgun set, Hartwell. Hands it off. Powell gets about 2 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 13. Ruston again back at home next week to take on the Ash Trojans. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. Hartwell drops back. Quick toss to the far side to Malcolm. He'll catch it, and he'll be shoved out of bounds in Neville Tiger territory at the Tiger 49-yard line. And now we're looking at, I believe this is going to be about, 3rd down and 7. But it was a good route run by Keyshawn Malcolm.
I really think you're in 4-down territory down at 30-13. Good out route by Keyshawn Malcolm. Was able to go out and catch the ball.
So he did go out of bounds. That stops the clock. 5:16 to go in the third. Neville 30, Ruston 13. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. Play fake. Hartwell's going to be sacked and wrapped up for a big loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Just another tremendous edge run, a rush, this time by Malik Grayson for the Tigers, and that will bring up 4th down and long. Ruston will be forced to punt it away. So Joaquin Ramos to punt it away. Dylan Bryce back to return, stands at his own 23-yard line. Booming kick from Ramos. Bounces at the 24. And now this will roll inside the 10, takes a little bit of a U-turn, stops at the 10-yard line. And Neville has 1st and 10 at the 10 with 4:25 to go in the third.
Good job by Devin Major. Get down there and down that punt, Kyle, before it started moving the other direction. And I think you're looking at now, You're down 17. You're going to have to see what adjustments you're going to make, what works and what doesn't. But this is not unfamiliar territory for the Neville Tigers. This was here when it was third and a long way to go, and they were able to push down and get a touchdown. Bearcats definitely have to get a stop and get the ball back, but quite frankly, this defense has been on the field a long time tonight.
So shotgun formation. Quick handoff. Roberson wrapped up by Rakeem Potts and Trendon Moore.
Got a little extracurricular activity out around the 20 by the 15-yard line, Kyle. Got to keep an eye on that. But, the Bearcats right now, Neville going to be content, Kyle, just to run the football with a 17-point lead.
So second down and 11. Shotgun again, Robinson. And a play fake. Robinson tucks and runs himself, and Bearcats snip that out beautifully.
You hear everyone in front of us, boy, great having an open-air press box window tonight. They really want the hold. I can tell you where they want it. They want to call it on the tight end for the Neville Tigers, Mason Hart. And quite frankly, he hasn't been whistled for it all night. And that's one that everyone's keeping their eye on, tight end, like he was holding on the outside jersey of number 99 for the Bearcats, Braylon Osborne.
Third down and 11. Hopefully this is not deja vu all over again. 3-receiver set. Roberson to the left of Robinson. Robinson with a quick play fake, goes over the top, pass is caught. That's exactly what happened the last time. It was 3rd and 11 deep in their own territory, and that was Desi Bird once again making that grab for a first down.
Has Neville punted tonight?
I don't believe so. They've converted quite a few third downs.
Fourth down, yeah.
They've either gone for it on fourth or tried field goals. Another play fake. Robinson scrambles.
Hold.
And he will be sacked for a loss on the play. So loss of 3 by Robinson. Second down and 13.
Has Aiden Adams in on the tackle for the Bearcats, as well as number 56 for the Bearcats, Ethan Russell. But Ethan Russell did that. They had a hold of his jersey. Like one holding call to be called on the Neville Tigers tonight.
Shotgun formation, 1 receiver to each side. Handoff, Roberson tries to cut back. Beautiful wrap-up tackle. Keegan Goldsmith there for the Bearcats.
Kyle, you look at this, the defensive line doing their job. It's just the 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 11 is where we have trouble.
And again, we're looking at a 3rd down and 11 at the 25-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3-receiver set. Another play fake. Robinson just flings it away, throws it out of bounds, and the question is going to be, is that an intentional grounding or not? Jared Ball takes his headset off.
Well, there's no one there, and I'll be honest with you, Kyle, I was thoroughly expecting a rough in the passer. We have Bearcats have a player down.
Yeah,
Chris Fisher, the trainer's going to run out and take care of him.
Yeah, why don't we take a quick injury timeout? Back in 60 seconds. Ruston down 30-13, minute 26 to go in the third quarter. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Step into the winner's circle with a John Deere tractor from Goldman Equipment. Shop North and Central Louisiana's largest John Deere dealer. Goldman Equipment. We're not just in your field, we're in your backyard. Thank you for calling Goldman Equipment. How can I help you?
Hunters.
Bring it back. Punt coming up for the Neville Tigers, and it's going to be a line drive punt. DeMoss fields it at the 30-yard line. Cuts back to the near side and tackled at the 32-yard line. Ruston has just over 13 minutes to go here in this ball game, down 17 points. This offense is going to have to find some juice here after getting some bad breaks tonight. But again, Neville has absolutely capitalized and done a terrific job here.
Yeah, they have. Haven't seen any of the numbers on Dalen Powell for tonight. I know that DeMoss back to return that punt, but really you're thinking, okay, do you have to go to the air because you're going to need 17 points and you got to score quick. So let's see what the Bearcats do on this drive.
Shotgun formation. Hartwell goes to Hudson, and he'll catch it with a man dragging him down to past the 35 to the 30.
You know what's crazy? What a great catch from Big Six. But here's the thing, Kyle. That was pass interference. I mean, they have his jersey. It doesn't matter that you're 2 feet taller than everyone. Pass interference is pass interference. I want to tell you, I'm going to give that guy credit for all the composure in the world, because if you grab my face mask, you're going to come out swinging. Good job, Ahmad.
I formation, one receiver far side. Bearcats might have some life. Hand off to Powell. Powell to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Dalen Powell. 27-yard scamper for the sophomore tailback. And Ruston might be able to cut this one to 10.
All right, I'm just saying, do you go for the onside kick already? Is it too early? I mean, your defense is holding. You wait a little bit. Your defense is doing a good job.
Right.
Smith in to hold for the Bearcats. Nation out tonight.
Joaquin Ramos to attempt the point after. Bearcats get a touchdown strike. Point after is up. It's good. 56 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We'll keep it here in the Wood Marine broadcast booth. Neville 30, Ruston 20.
Of course, this third quarter is always brought to you by Ponchatoula's and Log Cabin. And with that, when I think of food, I'm going to go with Southern States Equipment call the sideline. Toby, you look at that route of Ahmad Hudson. Looks like they're just holding on to his jersey.
Well, Toby just sent word his pack is not working properly. We're going to try to see if we can troubleshoot that in the fourth quarter. Would have loved to have gotten his take on that.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. I just see head coach Jerry Ball is livid about something, and that's what I want to get to. We'll see about getting Toby back with us here in the fourth quarter.
So Ramos will kick this one away from his own 40-yard line. Ramos with a shallow kick to about the 20. Fielded on the far side, and this will be returned past the 30 to the 32-yard line. And good wrap-up tackle by the Ruston Bearcats there.
I'm going to give credit to a number we very seldom call, Cal. That's 44. That's linebacker Javon Knight, and really got his hands on the return man and slowed him down.
So first down and 10, ball at the 32-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers. There's the Bearcat faithful that you hear in the background. Blackston takes the handoff, gets past the 35, still drags tacklers to the 40, still going past the 45, just shy of midfield.
That's surprising to see him push that defensive line back that far. I was ready for Neville to go to the air because they weren't having any success against the Bearcats on the ground. Blackston, they did a great job on that one, picking up a first down.
So first down and 10 at the Neville 48-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers. Robinson hands it off to Blackston to the near side, gets into Bearcat territory down at the 45-yard line. That's a 7-yard pickup on the play. And that is going to do it for the third quarter of play. When we come back, we will have the Pierce Lumber Company fourth quarter of action for you. Neville 30, Ruston 20. Back after this, this is Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Calling Bearcat Nation. This is Bill Hogan at CenturyNext Bank. Here we love our Bearcats, and we know there's no team like our home team. Remember, when you bank with us, you bank with locals. And that's a win for our community. Go Bearcats. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Firmly founded in 1936, Pierce Lumber has been your go-to for quality building parts in Ruston and North Louisiana. Located on 1032 Burgessville Road, we carry tools from DeWalt.
Fourth quarter of action brought to you. Neville 30, Ruston 20. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers. Neville with 2 timeouts, Ruston with 3 here in this ball game. Bearcats need to get a stop. Robinson, another play fake. Down the field, up. Overthrows his intended target. That's incomplete, intended for Sledge, who hauled in a long catch there towards the end of the second quarter. So 11:55 left to play. Bearcats need to get this stop here on 3rd down and 3. Shotgun formation. Handoff. Blackston gets hit, still spins, and he's going to be close to the first down marker. I think he has it. He needed 3, and he might have gotten 4.
Looked like he had him down, but he just spun and rolled forward and got a push from an offensive lineman and able Kyle to pick up the first down. Not much you can do about that.
First down and 10 now. Ball at the Ruston 41-yard line. Shotgun formation. Neville 30, Ruston 20, 11:25 to play. Toss to the far side. Blackston, great tackle for the Bearcats, and that was aided by Rakeem Potts. Trendon Moore right there to bring the ball carrier down for a minimal pickup on the play. So it's 2nd down and 9.
This drive was enabled to really already burn up, Kyle, 1 minute of the fourth quarter. You got to think about it. Full allotment of timeouts.
.12 seconds on the play clock. Blackston motions to the left side of Robinson. High snap, Robinson. Play fake, back to throw. Pump fake, and he will be wrapped up and brought down for a loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
I wish you would say 3rd down and 13 or 3rd down and 10. It's the 3rd and 11 and 12 that give us trouble. It's that number. I'd really like for a hold to be called on the Neville offensive line. How these Bearcats are able to get through and still bring Robinson down is amazing. But the thing about a penalty, Kyle, is it would stop the clock. We're already down. Now this drive is eating up 2 minutes of this fourth quarter.
Shotgun formation. Play fake again towards the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. 43-yard touchdown. Just stunned.
I'm stunned. A good quarterback and a good route, and it was a good pass. It was on time. But I think you look at it, when you go back and watch this, the Bearcats' defensive line cannot get through because they're being held. But nonetheless, 36-20. Bearcats now trail by 16. This extra point is important because if he misses it, Bearcats can tie it with 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. So if you're going to miss one, miss this one.
Another home run threat. By Sledge. Point after is up, and it's good. Neville 37, Ruston 20, 9:56 left to play. Back in 30 seconds, this is Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Firmly founded in 1936, Pierce Lumber has been your go-to for quality building parts in Ruston and North Louisiana. Located on 1032 Burgessville Road, we carry tools from DeWalt, Milwaukee, Senco, and Ego Power Tools. We're your home for locally sourced lumber and quality building parts. As well as being your local supplier for Benjamin Moore Paint, we offer delivery of our products from our door to yours. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and remember, if you're making it, make it with Pierce Lumber.
I'm Brett Brown, and when I want
Gotten our headset fixed for our friend Toby Nations. Let's take a Southern States equipment call down to the sideline. Toby, man, another back-breaking play for the wide receivers from the Tigers.
Yeah, you keep thinking Ruston's, going to catch their breath a little bit, but, just hadn't happened. I mean, that's just a good throw down the middle, and, Ruston just got to keep fighting. I don't know what else to say. They just got to keep working.
Thank you, Toby, and again, that was another touchdown by Sledge. He's the one that caught the 86-yard touchdown pass with 1:30 to go in the second quarter. I mean, he's really been a big difference maker. We thought it was going to be that big wide receiver, Zealand Young, for Neville here doing it tonight, but really a lot of the work has been from Ahmad Sledge, that junior wide receiver over the middle.
Yeah, Young had a big catch early in this ball game and thought he was going to be the go-to guy, but coverage in him, and they moved to number 4.
So shotgun formation for Hartwell. Bearcats down 17. Hartwell, he'll go over the middle. Pass caught by Hudson. Hudson at the 35, still going. 35 to the 40-yard line. That's a first down pickup on the play for Ahmad Hudson. But Bearcats will move the sticks, 1st and 10.
Big 6 with a catch across the middle, Kyle. And I think really you look at it with 9:40, you're going to have to go to the air and get back into this. And, unfortunately, it can be a quick score. Then your defense is back on the field.
I formation, one receiver far side, 2 tight end set. Hunter Soto and Ahmad Hudson. Toss to Powell. Powell at the 45 falls forward to the 47-yard line. 2nd down and 4.
I like the sense of urgency out of the Bearcats. They're hustling back to the line, Kyle, trying to get down and get this one in the end zone.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers far side. Hartwell dumps it off underneath. Powell grabs it. 45, midfield to the 50. And tackled at the 46-yard line inbounds.
Really good catch by Powell. Great concentration. Hartwell hit him. Had to catch it behind him just a little bit and turn and get upfield.
So 1st down and 10. Ball at the Neville Tiger 46. Cats are down 3 scores. I formation, 2 receivers near side. Hartwell rolls to his right, fires downfield into double coverage, and it is incomplete. Intended for Morgan. That does stop the clock with 8:43 left to go.
Very fortunate that one was not intercepted, Kyle. Threw into double coverage. Good coverage by the Neville Tigers. Alex Hunt into the ball game for the Bearcats.
So Hunt checks in. Soto comes over to the sidelines. Hunter Soto able to play both tight end and defensive line for the Ruston Bearcats. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side for Hartwell again. Hartwell fires to Morgan and is almost intercepted out of the hands of Julian Burns. Now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, almost looked like Burns was the intended recipient of that pass. Bearcats dodge a bullet, trailing by 17 here. 8:38 remaining here in the contest. Nick Brown and Kyle Roberts, and really need to pick up a 1st down here.
So 1st down.
Jeremiah Freeman in game. Sorry for interrupting. Haven't seen him in like 3 or 4 weeks in the backfield.
3rd down and 10. Freeman checking in, the senior tailback for the Ruston Bearcats. Cats come in the gun. Here in the Pierce Lumber Company 4th quarter. Hartwell steps up. Goes over the top, intended for Hudson, and it's picked off in their space. Returning back to midfield, still on his feet, Stephen Hanlon. Hanlon stiff arms at the Ruston 25-yard line. And now there was a late hit out of bounds, but no flag thrown. That could have been really bad for the Ruston Bearcats there. 1st down and 10 Tigers at the Ruston 22.
Yeah, official used restraint on that one. Thought the Bearcats should have been flagged for personal foul on that one.
Well, the story tonight, turnovers and penalties have really doomed Ruston. When you factor in a Neville Tiger team that really came to play, has gotten the job done both on the ground and through the air, it looks like the Tigers are just 8.5 minutes away from winning the 100th matchup and improving to 52 wins over the Ruston Bearcats since this series began back in the 1930s. Robinson to Blackston. He escapes one tackle, gets to the 20, still on his feet, the 15. The ball comes out into the end zone, and Anding falls on it, and that should be a touchback.
And no signal, but yes, should be.
Yep, they're signaling it now. It's a touchback. Bearcats get it first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Good break for the Bearcats on a Blackston fumble, recovered in the end zone by Jaden Anding.
Now, if it goes out of the back of the end zone, it would have been Bearcat ball.
That's
right?
correct. Yeah. I think back of the end zone, wouldn't it be a safety?
Now, if Neville would have recovered that in the end zone.
That's a touchdown. Yeah, because it was a fumble. It advanced it if they recovered
I think you'd – well, that's why we're not officials.
Exactly.
Yeah. We have a lot of officials that listening. They're listening. But fortunately, Bearcats have the football, and Neville to get any points, so still – just down 17 here with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
We're going to go down to Toby Nations after this play to get his take on that ball coming out. Shotgun formation. 3-receiver set for Hartwell. Powell back in. He'll take the handoff. A running back draw to the 20. And down at the 23-yard line. 3 yards on the play, second down and 7. Southern State's equipment call to the sidelines to Toby Nations. Toby, that ball was just kind of creeping up the chalk of the sideline on the near side. What was your vantage point from there?
Yeah, I mean, the ball, we're just lucky it rolled in the end zone, able to recover it, so far it's a touchback. And I believe if it rolled out of the back of the end zone, I think it would still be a touchback for us.
Gotcha. Okay. Shotgun formation. And the ball is on the turf. The Bearcats can't get a clean handoff. Neville might have it back again.
I think you hear a lot of oohs and ahs because it looked like it was right there at the feet of one of the Bearcat players who just kind of looked at the ball and left it sitting there. So that's one that's a head-scratcher. The Bearcats dodged a bullet and recovered that one.
So, yeah, it does stay with the Bearcats, very thankfully. 3rd and 15. Ten seconds on the play clock. Bearcats have to get the snap off pretty quickly here. Empty backfield for Hartwell. 5 wide receivers. Hartwell gets the snap off just in time. Fires downfield, intended for Hudson, and there's a penalty flag thrown.
There's 3 of them, Kyle. I'm going to tell you, they held him. He never really got to run the route, and then you're going to say uncatchable ball. Well, any ball is catchable by Big Six, and that one, they never let him get into his route, so Bearcats going to have a first down on that one.
So there's a pass interference on the defense. 6:54 left to play. Since 1936, Pierce Lumber Company has served North Louisiana with quality building products and paint. Pierce Lumber Company, 1032 Burgessville Road in Ruston. Go Bearcats from the Pierce Lumber Company. Hartwell in the gun. Toss right side. Pass caught by Malcolm. Malcolm at the 35-yard line. So a 7-yard pickup actually to the 36. That is where they will mark down his forward progress, but he is tackled inbound, so the clock will continue to move.
Clock continue to run. Kyle, we're down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I can see something a little further down the field, get closer to the scoring, but Bearcats trail 37-20.
Shotgun set again. 3 receivers near side. Hartwell under pressure. Dumps it off to the tailback. 40. Makes the man miss. Powell still going. Pushed at the 40. 35, 30, 25, 20. High steps. 10, 5. Unbelievable. A long touchdown run by Dalen Powell of 64 yards. And the Bearcats have life. 6:08 left to play.
You remember what I said about go deep downfield? Yeah, you don't have to do that. Just get the ball to Powell right past the line of scrimmage. 37-26. New life for the Bearcats, Kyle. Here, you think about changing point, make it a 10-point game here, 37-27.
And the best part about that, Nick, that was set up by that fumble by Neville. It looked like they were in complete control to get another touchdown. And now Dalen Powell with a 64-yard touchdown reception. This could put the Bearcats back within 10. Ramos's point after is up. It's good. 6:08 left to play in the Pierce Lumber Company fourth quarter. Tigers 37, Bearcats 27. Back after this. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Headquartered in Ruston, Louisiana, Hunt Forest Products manufactures a variety of plywood lumber and other specialty wood products to meet a wide variety of building and manufacturing needs. Hunt Forest Products is family-owned and operated, practices sustainable forestry, and provides more than 400 Louisiana jobs. Hunt Forest Products is a proud supporter of the Bearcat football program.
For over 35 years, Brazier Group Real Estate has been cheering right alongside you. We're proud to be your hometown real estate agents, locally owned right here in downtown Ruston. Our agents don't just sell homes. We live here, we work here, and we support the community we love. Voted best of Lincoln Parish every single year.
To 27 is the score we have up here. It looked like the point after was good, but they have not put that up on the scoreboard just yet. The Bearcats are going to go for an onside. Ball hopped up nicely. It took a good bounce. Ruston might have it back. Let's make sure that we get the call right. It's at the Neville 45-yard line. Ruston has it.
Hey, number 3 pulled it out, Kyle. That was the one that took that big bounce. You got to love that. Number 3 for the Bearcats. I believe that's
Hayden Clark.
Hayden Clark.
So the onside was recovered.
And now everybody in the stands is wondering, was the extra point good? Because the Bearcats have cut it to 10 points with the ball now, but the scoreboard is still showing Neville leads by 11.
So 6:05 left to go. Bearcats recover the onside. That was Hayden Clark. They've got to score again. Hartwell back to throw from the gun. Steps up. Goes downfield to Hudson. Up. Hudson catches it. No, incomplete. Looked like he was about to juggle and make a great grab.
Dangerously close to being over the line of scrimmage. Thought he could have ran for a few yards, but when you've got one man-on-man coverage with Big Six down and a foot advantage.
Hartwell in the gun, 5 wide receiver set. Movement on the defensive line, and they'll make it 2nd down and 5. We're going to have to find a way to check and see if this scoreboard is accurate or not. 37-26, I've practically gaslit myself into believing that it was the point after was good. Now I'm wondering. Let's go down to Toby Nations. Toby, I don't know if you have a better. Did you have a better angle? Did we not make the point after?
Hey, they said it was good. I'm sure it's just Neville messing with us.
It's working. 5 wide receiver set for Hartwell. Goes over the top, incomplete.
Oh, that's the one. My bad. He had him in the middle.
Yeah, Hartwell had to get rid of it quickly. Now it's 3rd down and 5. Obviously, you're in 4th down territory here, Nick. 3rd down and 5. You just don't want to give up a sack.
Now you wonder if a delayed handoff to Dalen Powell might be in the worst. Catch Neville off guard, expecting a pass to Ahmad or Kashan or one of the other talented wide receivers.
And a timeout. That's Neville's 2nd timeout of the second half. We'll take it to 5:53 left to play. Neville 37, Ruston 27. Back after this. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Holland Real Estate Group has been serving the commercial real estate needs in Louisiana for over 30 years.
Because your business means everything to you, we know the importance of proper planning and location management. With our extensive knowledge of the area, we're able to create individualized solutions for our clients. We work closely with our community leaders to understand growth in the area. Ensuring successful win-win relationships for our clients is what we do best.
Argent Financial Group, with over 30 years of providing wealth and asset management services to residents of Lincoln Parish, proudly support youth athletics and the Ruston Bearcats.
Still not updated. There it is, the Ruston Bearcat faithful on their feet. They got the point that they needed, 37-27.
Hey, you got one job. One.
Empty backfield on 3rd down and 5. 3 receivers to the top, 2 on the near side for Sam Hartwell with an empty backfield. Neville looks like it's about to bring the house. Hartwell trying to draw the Tiger defensive line off sides. He'll walk up and bark some signals to his troops on the O-line. Takes the snap. Has to get rid of it quick. He does. Fielded by Hudson at the 30. Drags the tackler to the 27-yard line. Another first down for the Bearcats.
Kyle, when you can run Big Six on a slant, you're not going to be able to cover him man on man. He creates so many openings, and that's a good first down for the Bearcats.
So 1st and 10 on another terrific haul in by Ahmad Hudson. Shotgun formation. Hartwell fakes the toss. Near side run by Hartwell. 25 to the 20 out of bounds. Bearcats are in the red zone. 5:28 left to play. Tigers 37, Bearcats 27. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. We've seen so much magic in the near century of this rivalry. Here as we hit the 100-game mark between these two teams. Hartwell looking towards the sideline for the play call. He actually went out of bounds just shy of the stick, 2nd and 1. Shotgun formation. Hartwell dumps it off to Powell at the 15. Tackled at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Ruston.
I want to tell you, that goes back to the drills and your strength training. How he held onto that football. Not 1, not 2, but 3, Kyle. Neville Tigers wrapped him up. Great job by Powell holding onto the football.
Just a few minutes ago, it was 37-20, and Neville had it at Ruston's 22-yard line. And now the Bearcats have 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Hartwell inside the 5. Sam Hartwell is in. Touchdown, Bearcats. 5:07 left to play. Ruston Trout now down 37-33 as we await the point after. My goodness. 6-yard touchdown run by Sam Hartwell on 1st and goal with 5:07 remaining.
And that woke up the cowbells.
Joaquin Ramos to attempt the point after. And all of the energy is on the east side of Bill Ruppel Stadium. Point after up. Good. 5:07 left to go. Tigers 37, Bearcats 34. Back after this. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.
Life is a workout, so make it a good one. Fuel your body with what it needs at Smoothie King. A delicious meal packed with energy, protein, and power.
Building a life is different for everyone because everyone is different. That's why State Farm is there. Contact local agent Skip Russell for a quote today.
Kick this away from the 40-yard line. The question is, do you kick it deep or do you try to see if you can get another onside kick? Neville with just one timeout here in the second half. Bearcats have all 3.
You have that gap right between the 20 and the 35, Kyle. Could you kick it right over their head, have a foot race to the ball? They have their hands team in, and they are up.
Ramos kicking from about 5 yards away from the ball, and this hits at the 20-yard line, and the Bearcats might have a chance. And this is still on the ground. I think Neville has it at the 15-yard line. But still, that's as good as you could ask for, and now your defense has got to dig deep and get a stop.
You got a full allotment of timeouts. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. You kicked it right in that little gap where they weren't, and it hit the ground, hit the turf with the backspin. Bearcats had a shot at that football. Now Neville has the ball on their own 17-yard line, Kyle, with 5:05 remaining, and the Bearcats just trail 37-34.
5:05 left to go. Bearcats down by 3. Robinson with Roberson to his right. Tigers in the gun. Snap too high. Robinson fields it. He's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. A bad snap. And a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13. Let's take a Southern States equipment call to the sideline down to Toby Nations.
Yeah, you can tell Big Mo has changed definitely. And hey, this is Ruston and Neville. We talked about it at halftime. You just never know what's going to happen.
Shotgun set again. Bearcats have not led once tonight. Clock still moving. 4:30 left to play. Robinson hands it off to Roberson, goes outside. He's hit from behind at the 20-yard line. That'll be about a 6-yard pickup on the play.
Play clock was slow starting. Now it just reset. Okay, now we're good. 4:12 remaining. Bearcats trail it, Kyle. 37-34. It's 3rd and 7. You have to think about one of those 3 timeouts that you have.
4 minutes left to go. Tigers 37, Bearcats 34. Robinson again from the gun. Play clock at 7. Takes the snap. Play fake. Steps up. Sacked for a loss. Rakeem Potts. It's 4th down.
Coach Ball just took a timeout with 3:33 remaining. They ready to run down to 3:32. Punting situation for the Neville Tigers. Kyle, 37-34, 3:32 remaining.
We're going to keep it here in the Wood Marine press box on 4th down, even with the timeout.
Okay. They've reset this clock to 3:35. Kyle, the one time that Neville had to punt tonight, the snap was very high. Very little pressure applied by the Bearcats. This one, if he can snap it over his head, it'll be a safety, 37-36. So let's go Bearcats. You with 2 timeouts. You're not trying to block it here.
I don't think so. I think at this point your defense just did its job. You've shown here in the 4th quarter that you can move the football in the way that you really couldn't for the first 3.5 quarters of this contest. Bearcats have had a couple of touchdown drives brought to you by Smoothie King, an 80-yard touchdown drive and then a 45-yard touchdown drive. Both of those have come in the 4th quarter of play. And remember, with about 10 minutes left to go, Neville had it 1st and 10 at Ruston's 22-yard line, up by 17 points. Powell stands at the Neville.
10 men on the field. Sorry for interrupting.
Punt up and away. And Powell's going to let this hit right in front of him, and he runs away from it wisely. And this will stop at the Bearcat 38-yard line. My goodness, how different the last 6.5 minutes have been here at Bill Ruppel Stadium, and you would expect nothing less from these two teams.
I do a great job on that play by Dalen Powell, because here's the thing. Your defense have played lights out. You don't want to go in with very little reward but a high risk and touch that football and put a fumble. So now you're well within striking distance. Yeah, you have over 55 yards to go, but you just did that. You have 2 timeouts in 3:23.
Shotgun formation for Hartwell. 2 receivers on each side. Dalen Powell stands to his right. Bearcats have had back-to-back touchdown drives. Toss on the near side in the flat to the tight end, Ahmad Hudson. He gets out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 41-yard line.
You go to Big Six in this situation, Kyle. 5 yards, just dink and dunk all the way down the field. If you're thinking about a field goal to tie, we're thinking about a touchdown to win. A field goal to tie around really the 20-yard line, 35 to 37, most comfortable. I've seen him make 42 and 45, but really the 37 I feel the most comfortable with.
2nd down and 7. Shotgun formation, trips far side. Bearcats down 3, 37-34, 3:18 left to go. Scoreboard brought to you by Robert Temple State Farm. Hartwell takes the snap, designed run for the quarterback, follows his block. Gets hit at the 44-yard line, gains 3 on the play, but he was tackled inbounds. Neville with 1 timeout, Ruston with 2. 3rd down and 5.
Good play call, trying to catch Neville sleeping. They did a good job of breaking through. Dalen Powell, lead blocker, knocked one guy out of the way, enabled him to pick up the extra yard for 3. But now 3rd and 5.
Empty backfield. Hartwell. Tigers are showing blitz. That was close to a neutral zone infraction. Now Hartwell will motion for Powell to come into the backfield. Tigers blitzing. Hartwell to unbelievable to Hudson at midfield. A first down for the Bearcats.
You bring Dalen Powell over to block for you. You look at Big Six, you find him, and you just dump it. Dink and dunk 5 yards down the field. 2:30 remaining here in the contest.
So first down and 10. Bearcats are in Tiger territory. Hartwell tackled at the 45, down to the 44. 3-yard gain on the play. 2:15 left to go.
You want to keep one of your timeouts for the field goal attempt, but you got to think about that now as it gets close to the 2 minutes. Neville has a player down, so that will stop the clock and enable the Bearcats. Going to slow the Bearcats down, but use it to your advantage. Come here and call 2 and 3 plays.
Let's take a Southern States equipment call down to the sideline to Toby Nations.
Yeah, you can hear Coach Ball down here. He's upset. Neville had a player down, hope nothing's wrong with him, but they continue to run the clock. I believe they ran 5 seconds off before they stopped it.
I think they put
4 back on.
Yeah.
They went from to 2:11 and went back to 2:15.
Our postgame show will be brought to you by the Bearcat Football Club and Hinton Driving Academy. So we're keeping it here. They're taking care of an injured Neville Tiger. I do want to go through our sponsors tonight: JB Heat and Air and Gutters, Walpole Tires, Louisiana National Bank, Fourth Insurance, McKinney Saw and Cycle, Mark Johnson and Sons, Dairy Queen and Bojangles, Century Next Bank, Courtesy Auto Group, the Lincoln Parish Journal, Skip Russell Insurance Company, Patton's Clothing, Carl Malone Toyota of Ruston, Bayou Overhead Doors, and Tool City. What a thrilling fourth quarter this has been, and the Bearcats have 2nd down and 7 at the Neville 44-yard line, down by 3. It's 37-34. Neville looked to be in complete control with 10 minutes left to go, and the Bearcats have responded, and all of the energy is here in the Ruston section. Trips far side. Clock starting to move again. Hartwell from the gun. He'll take the snap. Looking for Hudson. Goes into double coverage, and it is incomplete.
Now you want a little tug on the jersey, but good defense by the Neville Tigers.
It does stop the clock. 2:04 left to play. 3rd down and 6.
Jackson Washam in on the offensive line for the Bearcats. And you're obviously in 4-down territory. You don't want to get to a 4th down, but you're in 4-down territory, so pick 3 or 4 up on each play.
Shotgun formation, trips far side. Hartwell dumps it off. Powell's got space, 45-40, inside for the first down at the 36-yard line. Moves the sticks. Under 2 left to play.
You got to give some love to 76 Brock Singley moving down the field to block for Dalen Powell. I know he's been banged up and injured, but way to get down the field to block.
You might hear a crowd explosion here tonight if the Bearcats take a lead. Hartwell, designed run, near side to the 35 and down at the 31-yard line. About a 4 to 5 yard gain on the play. 90 seconds left. Bearcats down 37-34. Here's the other part of this story, Nick. Bearcats are easing their way into field goal position. But like you
I'm
said,
thinking about a touchdown. I want to win it on the road. Here's the thing, 37-34. You have 2 timeouts. Thought they might use one there, but we'll see what they do on this play.
Designed run for Hartwell up the middle. Tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards.
You got to think about that timeout. I don't understand with 1:05 remaining now. Getting a little too close for comfort for me, Kyle. 60 seconds remaining.
3rd down and 1. Clock still moving. We're under a minute left to go. 37-34. Cats are going to try to keep the Tigers guessing on defense. No panic from this Ruston Bearcat team. Handoff to Powell. Goes outside, cuts it back up the middle, tackled at the 21, and now the timeouts are coming out.
Neville Tigers are going to stay down on the turf a little bit. 41 seconds. Clock going to stop while they move the chains, Kyle. Now it started back. You got to think about it. 38 seconds. 2 timeouts. Got to go for the end zone here, don't you think?
Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to each side. Hartwell back to throw. He's going to fire it to Hudson. Hudson in traffic goes up, incomplete. Ruston fans want a flag. They're not going to get it. That does stop the clock with 26 seconds left.
You got double coverage on Ahmad Hudson. I mean, somebody's probably going to be open on the other side. Maybe run a guy up the middle around the G and Tigers if they're both going to send Ahmad, big 6, over into the corner on that route.
Ruston has scored 14 unanswered points here in the fourth quarter.
How long was the field goal at Alvarado? Where was the longest field goal that we've seen so far?
Want to say 42. Shotgun formation. Hartwell steps up, goes over the middle. Morgan catches it. It's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
The first lead of the night for the Bearcats with 21 seconds remain. My goodness. 40-37.
Did you see where he caught the ball?
Over the middle into the end zone. And now Ruston leads for the first time tonight, 40-37, and they can go up with this point after by Joaquin Ramos. This is unbelievable. Kick is up. It's good. 21 seconds left to go. Ruston 41, Neville 37. We'll keep it here in the Wood Marine broadcast booth. You still have 21 seconds. You've got to close the deal.
You've got wide receivers on Neville. It comes down to this kick and coverage. You really want to burn some time, 2 to 3, maybe even 5 seconds on this kick. It goes back to 8:40. Neville had the ball ready to score. They fumble out of the back of the end zone. Bearcats recovered. I believe Jaden Anding recovered it around the E in Neville. And we thought, what a big play that was. Neville's going in to go up 44. What was it, 37-20 at the time?
37-20 with 9:56 left to play.
They're going to go up 24 points, and they fumble the ball. And now this Bearcat coverage team has got to be ready and do their job.
Now, I will say.
Don't say it.
I won't, okay. 21 seconds left. This one is not over yet.
Don't.
But Ruston leads 41-37.
41-37. Bearcats lead it by 4. First lead of the night. And now the biggest play. The play after taking the lead, the kick coverage.
Kick up, fielded at the 24-yard line. It will be returned up the far side to the 36. So 17 seconds are left. You hear the Ruston faithful in front of us cheering on this defense.
Kyle, there's 2 players you got to pay attention to, really, on this one. You got 13, which is Zaylen Young, the 6'4 wide receiver, and number 4, Sledge. Sledge and Young have been the go-to targets and will be the targets here. The Bearcats have come down, lead at 41-37.
Miles Brown, Jaden Anding, the safeties for the Bearcats. Ruston puts 3 on the line. Neville does have 1 timeout remaining. Shotgun formation. Robinson back to throw. He's going to be brought down for a loss. Keelan Davis with the sack. And Neville takes its final timeout of the ball game. 10 seconds left to go. Ruston 41, Neville 37.
Now they did put 2 seconds back on the clock. It's 12 seconds remaining. Neville uses their last timeout. Bearcats have 2. But Keelan Davis shot through like a cannon, able to bring down Parker Robinson. You look at the 2 receivers I told you, Young and Sledge. Those are the guys to watch for, and Bearcats are well aware of their abilities.
2nd down and 17. They put 2 seconds back up on the clock, so it's 12 seconds left to go. Ruston up 41-37. Ahmad Hudson comes in.
What a great guy to have, Big 6 back there at safety. He's back there. He's your protector valve. And here's the thing. Get a pass interference penalty.
Shotgun formation. 3 receiver set, 2 to the near side. Robinson with Roberson to his left. He'll take the snap. Steps up. Looking to fire, goes up the far sideline, and it is knocked away. 6 seconds remaining. That one was attempted for Roberson on a wheel route.
Yeah, watch number 1 for the Bearcats. That was Trendon got in there. Trendon Moore got in to break that pass up. Now we're down to 6 seconds. You got to think, are you going to go? We've already seen the hook and lateral.
Correct.
Early. Or is that something? You got to watch that, put that in, make sure you got 11 on the field.
41-37, 6 seconds left to go. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the near side. Bearcats do have a couple of timeouts remaining. Robinson. Is this the last play of the game? He's going to be stripped.
And fumbled.
And the clock hits 0. The comeback is complete. And the Bearcats score 21 unanswered points with 10 minutes remaining for the 41-37 win over the Neville Tigers in the 100th meeting between these two teams. Unbelievable.
It wasn't 10. It was 8:40. We came back, Kyle. Can you believe it? All of this, we went down at halftime. You talked to a lot of dejected fan base. What was going on? But lo and behold, these Bearcats came back and win this one 41-37. You said it, 21 unanswered points. But let's go back, Kyle. 8:40 remaining. They're going to go up 44-20. And at first, a fumble recovered in the end zone. Didn't seem like much, but sparked a rally in these Bearcats.
This is the kind of magic that we've seen for all of these years between Ruston and Neville, and the Bearcats get the win tonight, 41-37. We'll be back with our postgame show right after this. Again, Ruston wins 41-37. Back in 2 minutes. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com. Win over the Neville Tigers here at Bill Ruppel Stadium, and this rivalry means so much between these two schools. It's a heated rivalry. It's one where every season you know something incredible is going to happen, and it happened here tonight. The last time Ruston scored 41 points on the Tigers was in Jared Ball's first season as the head coach. They won 41-7. Tonight, the Tigers looked like they were in complete control in the fourth quarter, and the Bearcats did not give up here this evening against this Neville team. Absolutely incredible here tonight. Head coach Jared Ball is with his team right now. We're going to keep him we're going to go to him eventually when he comes up here into the press box. But I can promise you right now, Nick Brown, what he is saying to this team is just how special of a night this was and what happens when you don't give up, what happens when you stick to the game plan, and what happens when you know you're the better team. And that's exactly what happened here tonight.
I want to tell you, you go through with what went on with that one. And I'm testing another headset. We're getting ready for Jared Ball to come up here. I think you look at halftime, what was going on. Of course, all the fan bases, everyone has an answer to what you can do better. I think the bottom line is you're playing a very, very good football team, and you played probably as worst as you could as far as penalties were concerned, right, and as far as protecting the football. Now, you come into the locker room, you got to tell them, hey, it's easier said than done. Hold on to the football and don't make penalties. And what seemed like, to me, Kyle, you go back with 8:40 to go, Neville up 37-20. They're going in for a touchdown. I mean, really pack your gear and go to the house. It's going to be 44-20, and that's the ball game. Now, many thought at Neville when that ball was recovered in the end zone by the Bearcats, hey, no big deal because the Bearcats have the ball on the 20. What that did was really spark this team on. 41 unanswered points to win this one 41-37. I think it took a lot of, Neville, the defensive line, did a very good job stopping Dalen Powell early. Then you're able to put the ball in his hands different ways out of the backfield and then open and find Big Six and just move down the field. And I think if you look, you know that you have 4-down territory. If you have 3rd and 5, you have 2 opportunities to toss it up to the number 1 tight end in the country.
Let's take another timeout. When we come back, we should have head coach Jared Ball up this way. If not, then it'll be shortly after. Back in 2 minutes, Ruston wins 41-37 in an instant classic. This is Bearcat football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com. Here in our post-game show tonight, brought to you by the Bearcat Football and Hinton Driving Academy, and you see this guy right here in the middle, head coach Jared Ball. I'm going to turn the floor over to you, my friend. Less than 10 minutes left to go, and you score 3 unanswered touchdowns after it felt like for the first 3.5 quarters there just wasn't much going right.
There wasn't much going right. We found a way to screw up quite a few things offensively. The thing that happened in the first half was, as much as we struggled offensively, the defense played their butts off and kept us in the ball game. We really probably should have been down by way more than 10 points at halftime. Neville just couldn't stretch the lead because I think our defense continued to get after it. I knew if we weren't able to sustain some drives in the second half, then our defense was going to get gassed. But I think our coaches did a good job, getting a plan together at the half and being patient about what it is that we were doing. I know we got down by 17. We're still trying to run the football in there. And I know a lot of people probably think, like, man, why are they running the football? They're down by 3 scores. But, you got to stay with what it is your game plan is and how it is you think you can move the football. We held on to timeouts. We were able to do that. I still got 2 in my pocket. Our kids executed a lot of things down the stretch that we really spend a lot of time working on. And I tell them all the time, like, once you get the football at the end, or the other team's got it at the end, and you need to stop or you need to score, the teams that execute under those circumstances win ball games. And it doesn't matter what all has transpired before then. Once you get in that position, you just need to execute what it is that we've worked on. And regardless of how bad we've played in a lot of different areas, our kids executed down the stretch whenever they needed to win the ball game.
All right, I want to go back to the first half. It seemed like it's uncharacteristic of any teams that you coach. We were penalized more in the first half. Maybe it's just this game, the magnitude of this game, and I noticed it more. But we're normally not penalized that much, and we had turnovers.
Yeah, and I'm not one to question a lot of the calls, at least on the air I'm not. I don't know. I think, we're rotating a bunch of offensive linemen in offensively, and I think that's where a lot of our mistakes came from in the first half, and I'm not blaming those guys. I mean, some guys are playing in different positions. Some guys that hadn't been playing much are in there quite a bit, and it's just a change. And anytime you shuffle those 5 guys up in the offensive line, it changes the continuity of what it is you got going on. But I think they dug in. That's the thing, is like they dug in there, made some changes again at the half, and I thought the coaches did a good job with trying to put the best group out there that we felt like gave us the best opportunity to win. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to put out there who's healthy sometimes. So, we'll see. We'll regroup tomorrow and kind of see how that puts us for next week.
Okay, I want you to elaborate, because you talked about, you said there are many of those guys that think, okay, you're going to stick to the game plan, you run the ball. I'm thinking, okay, it's 37-20, Coach. They fumble in the end zone, basically give us a gift. I mean, we got on the football. They're going to go up 44-20. I'm going to start packing the equipment up. It's over. Then 37, we have the ball, and then we're running the ball, and I'm like, okay, we got to sprinkle in a few passes there, but you're very patient. Like, sometimes that's got to be difficult because you see the clock running and you know how far we're down, but yet you stuck with the run.
Well, it was a 3-possession ball game, and one of them being a field goal. So you don't have to complete a drive at some point in there. If you get cut short, you can kick a field goal. I knew we had 3 timeouts. I knew that if we could put a drive together, however long it took and however it is we had to do it, we had to get a drive and get 1 score. I mean, that was the bottom line. And so I thought the coaches did a good job. I kept telling them to stay patient, make sure, you don't want to get caught up in the crowd noise. Because once it looked like we were moving the ball a little bit, it got loud and people was cheering it, and I know everybody, I'm sure they're screaming, throw it to Ahmad every time.
No, Nick was too.
Yeah.
You could hear me?
Yeah. Well, I already know what all's going on, but you have to stay patient with what it is you think you can do, because you've sure got to score the first time before you have an opportunity to do it again. And so I thought they did a great job. We were able to put a drive together. Joaquin's kick on the onside kick was really good, and our guys did what they needed to get on the football, and then you could feel like the entire momentum changed. And I think that's hard to rally back from. I thought we had a chance to get on the bubble kick down there really at the end. Our guys were hustling down there. He did an excellent job putting the ball where he needed to on that. And that's what I'm saying. You just start looking at some things down that last 9-10 minutes in the ball game, and our kids geared it up and executed when they had to.
So I know one of the hard things of being a coach is whenever there's something like tonight, 100 games played here, between Ruston and Neville, and you've got to find a way to make sure that the kids don't emphasize that, while at the same time understanding the gravity of what's coming up. But this was special, and this is a special rivalry, and I know that this is something, obviously, to get this win here tonight. Coach, just your thoughts on 100 games, nearly a century of these two teams playing each other.
Well, I mean, it's easy for me to say now that we won the ball game, but if you take 100 years of this rivalry that's been so close as far as like the number of wins that each team has, and even the last 6 or 7 years that has come down to something similar to that, I think on the 100th ball game, very fitting the way that it turned out. I think, not necessarily us winning. I'm just saying the competitiveness and the way the game went. I just think that that's a great indication of how this rivalry has gone. And for that to be the 100th one, I mean, that's pretty special.
I'm going to ask this question because I thought it was very neat play calling coming towards the end. We haven't really run Sam Hartwell all night, and I think maybe you thought, hey, you're going to catch Neville off guard, and it worked. Late in the game, decided to run the quarterback.
Well, I think their guys got tired up front, and so we were able to start pushing them around a little bit better. They were expecting pass, so, a lot of times whenever a kid's trying to get a pass rush, whenever you fire off into them and run block, it gives you a little bit of extra body to work with because they're playing higher, trying to get a pass rush. And, again, very good out of our coaches, picking and choosing the picking and choosing the things that we know down the stretch that we like. Very good job.
Well, Coach, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up and just let you get back down. No, all good, man. Again, congratulations on a memorable win. Regardless of what the final score was, I don't think anybody is going to forget the 100th meeting between Ruston and Neville anytime soon. Again, Coach Ball, congratulations on a good win tonight.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you as always. We'll wrap it up here after this next 60-second break. Ruston wins 41-37 here on our postgame show. Back after this. This is Bearcat Football on Q94.1 and the BearcatNationNetwork.com.